Good energy here. There's a different sense of urgency. I feel like them running out here on the field, so I think they'll be ready to go today.
All right, Billy, you wore a little long sleeve. You got some shorts. Are you prepared to take that long sleeve off because things are a little bit warmer than you thought as we have 75 degrees and breezy conditions?
Yeah, but if that wind keeps blowing, then I think I'm going to be fine. But if that sun pops out, I'm going to be sweating like some of these players.
All right, thank you, Billy. Appreciate your hard work roaming the sidelines. We're getting set for the opening kick, and of course EMCC is going to receive the football. They're going to be moving from right to left. This is not a radio broadcast. This is not a normal stream with the radio call as Mississippi State and Texas are playing. It was a conflict with the flagship station WFCA Radio, so we are just doing a live TV stream for this one. Teeing things up is Damian Gonzalez. He is going to kick from left to right here momentarily as we'll see, wearing the white uniforms with the maroon helmets and the COAHOMA logo on either side. Of course, you see the black jerseys, white pants, white helmets with the EM logo on either side. Now, John, I'm going to try to have a TV rhythm in this one, but I'm so used to radio that sometimes I get a little too descriptive. So,
well, I'm right there with you.
Write a note that says TV.
Picture even better than the screen.
So Gonzalez is going to come up on it, and he's going to kick it. And we're underway. Homecoming in Scubas. Alliance will take it at the 15, trying to come to the near side as Collins, he gets out across the 25 and between the hash of the numbers up to the 31-yard line. So that's where EMCC will start. Really good starting field position. We talked about Ty Keys just a moment ago. What does Ty Keys need to do to get into rhythm? Because we know that he's got the athletic ability.
Well, you've got to play calm. And that's the thing about this offense. It moves quick, but the quarterback's got to stay calm, lead his ball club. I think if Ty can settle down, do that, hit his throws, he's going to be in good shape today.
We'll keep you up to date on the clock. It's on the screen there. There's a shotgun snap to Keys. That's great protection. We'll throw it near side. It is complete. And the Lions will move the ball up to the 34-yard line. And Raymond Blackman, you were doing sideline for radio during the playoffs, and he was absolutely electric in that state championship game.
Oh, without a doubt, boy, he had himself a heck of a game, and hopefully he can do that again today.
Jennings gets the handoff. He goes behind the right guard and gets out across the 35 up to the 37-yard line. So it's going to bring up a third down and manageable. We saw EMCC wanted to go up-tempo there.
Gerald Irving for COAHOMA right there did a good job. He got kind of stuck in the middle by himself. Lucky to make that tackle.
Going to send York in motion. He's taking the shotgun snap. His Keys, he'll shift out of the pocket. Oh, batted up in the air and almost intercepted by COAHOMA. And EMCC is going to have to punt on their opening possession. And Ty Keys, when he gets flushed out of the pocket, can be dangerous. And he probably could have ran the football, but saw a little opening. But great defensive play made there by COAHOMA.
Well, you took the words right out of my mouth. He saw a running lane right there, but COAHOMA closed it up pretty quickly and got the hands up, batted the pass down. So East Mississippi forced to punt on their first drive of the ball game.
And that's going to bring out Jackson Bunyard, who's averaging 39 yards a kick. So he's going to kick things away to the COAHOMA Tigers. Back deep to receive for COAHOMA. It's going to be Raheem Rinkin. The ball is going to bounce outside the numbers, inside the 30. Not bad starting field position for COAHOMA. So now we get to see the Tigers on offense. So COAHOMA is a team that doesn't score a lot. They're averaging 13 points a game, opponents 38. So we saw them with a good start defensively, a little confidence for their team. Now the offense needs to move the ball up and down the field to kind of keep that confidence going.
They just hadn't been able to execute that offense very well at all this year. The statistics bear out. Nobody's taking the lead on this offense. We'll see what they've got in store this afternoon.
So Ashton Struther is the quarterback. He's 60 of 125. There's 3 touchdowns thrown this season. He's going to go with 3 wide to the left, which is the wide side of the field. A little pump fake. Now they're going to keep it. Slides. Oh, they're going to throw the penalty flag there. And that's what are defenders really supposed to do in those situations, John?
Well, in my mind, if you don't go in with a hard shoulder and helmet, you ought to get the benefit of the doubt right there, because when you're moving as fast as they are, it's kind of hard to just check up and roll over for it. So, judgment call by the officials right there. Either way, tough break for the Lions, but it's like you said, what do you do right there? When you're in motion like that, there's not a lot you can't do. At the end of the day, had he done the old checkup, but he would have been mad if he hadn't been there. So.
Well, let's go to Billy Begley on the sidelines. Billy, you're a basketball coach. Is there a play in basketball that's kind of equivalent to that, to where, like, what is the defender supposed to do when an offensive player maybe is driving to the basket?
Well, yeah, when you're guarding the basketball and they call like hand check and the guy is just constantly like, the offensive player is just invading the defensive player's space. It's like, I tell the referee all the time, what's my guy supposed to do? Just back up and let him go to the rim? No. So it's equivalent to that. It's easy to say, well, he should have, you got to keep your hands off and all that. But when he's running at you, like, you can't, you're entitled to that space as well. So.
Thank you, Billy. I get the defenseless player, but it's the quarterbacks will decide at the last minute when a quarterback may be about to dive, and there's just nothing you could do to control it. So that's a 15-yarder, and COAHOMA started this game off well defensively, and the first play from scrimmage, or second play from scrimmage, I should say, is going to have the football out at the 43-yard line, their own 43. Handoff going around the right side, getting up to the 47-yard line. That's Emmanuel Griffin, the 5'8" Ripley High School product.
Number 3,
well, good job by Tony Mitchell right there. He just kind of slid in and grabbed those ankles right there, was able to wait on his teammates to make the stop. Second down and about 6 coming up.
Yeah, gain of 4. The running back for COAHOMA, they're going to go trips. Wide side of the field to the left. Ball's going to be placed on the near hash. Here comes that radio out in me, John. Here's the snap and thrown over on the tunnel screen. It's going to go incomplete. EMCC is going to pick it up like it's a live ball, but it's going to quickly bring up a 3rd down and 6. And EMCC had that one read perfectly.
Well, you defend the trips over there a certain way, and East Mississippi's electing to do it man right now. And you kind of put those guys on an island when you do that, but you also give them an opportunity to make plays, and that's exactly what happened right there.
All right, so Struther will stand in the shotgun. Same formation as last. EMCC with that 4-man front. A little running room on the outside and into Lion territory, and all of a sudden inside the 10, and he's going to walk it in from 53 yards out. Touchdown, COAHOMA. Emmanuel Griffin's going to carry it the distance, and 6-0 is the score pending the PAT here in Scuba.
Well, good job right there, by Griffin. He saw the hole open up between the tackle and the tight end, and there was just basically blocked so well. He was able to get outside, and once he did, it was a foot race at that point. Tough for EMCC, but COAHOMA on the board first, 6-0.
So Gonzalez is going to attempt. Raymond Morales will hold it, and the PAT rather is good straight through the uprights, which is tricky with that wind blowing a little bit to the east. And all of a sudden it was a 3-and-out for EMCC on offense, and then defensively they give up a 53-yard run to the running back Griffin. And with the PAT, it's 7-0. Back in a moment with the kick to the Lions here on Homecoming in Scuba. You're listening and watching EMCC football.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next? What's next?
What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
That old radio nature in me. Morales comes up and kicks it. Looks like it's going to go out of bounds as it takes a little spin. And EMCC will get the ball at their own 35-yard line. All right, so defensively, you talked a little bit about it, but the way Griffin was able to get to that edge, was that just a schematic a snafu, or was it that EMCC just didn't line up right? Oh, it's just schematics, but they didn't get to the outside where they're supposed to be.
Well, you run that play right there. You're kind of keying on that linebacker, and you're wanting him to bite inside on that dive, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah,
At that point, it's the job of the end to kind of seal it off, which he did perfectly, and that set up the lane. It's the running back's responsibility once you get 5 to 10 yards off the ball to find the lane to run in. And when he decided to turn it up about the 35, it became a foot race at that point.
It's kind of like one of those, ball fake situations. Instead of like a pump fake, it was a handoff fake. So there at the mesh point, it was sold. And EMCC defensively gave up the 53-yard scamper. Now Ty Keys and his offense back out with good starting field position at their own 35. Going straight up the gut, EMCC with a between-the-tackles run. That's Gavin Griffin, the running back out of Canton, Mississippi. Boy, he's got some upside. He's a tough runner between the tackles, but also has some breakaway speed, too.
Well, that's one thing I believe over the course of the day that East Mississippi is going to utilize and win this ball game with is superior speed.
It's 12:04 to go in the first quarter. EMCC with their second offensive possession, down 7-0. Griffin can catch it out of the backfield and also make men miss there. So some positive yards on what could have been disastrous. And now they're 2 yards away from a first down, and EMCC finds themselves again in a third down situation, more manageable this time on their side of the field. EMCC going to go up tempo here. Well, now the check with me. So they've got plenty of time to snap this one away. 11:36 to go and a ticking clock in the first quarter of play. Snap to Keys, hand off again. Griffin getting some tough yards. He'll have the first down as he inches his way up to the 47-yard line. EMCC their own 47, but a fresh set of downs.
Well, interesting watching Keys right here. Boy, he sees his reads real well. I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in a sec.
It's our radio, John. You can keep talking. Roll radio, guys,
die
folks.
hard.
It sure does. On the play action, Keys going to fire it over the middle as a man. York caught inside the 20. And EMCC's in rhythm now, and you got to get Jalen York more involved all. And then the penalty flag comes in. I just don't agree with that call, Billy Begley.
I didn't see it. It looked like there was a face mask.
And that may be what it is. I thought they were going to get him for celebration, so because the flag came after York jumped up and signaled first down. And you see players do that all the time and no flag.
I looked from my angle. It looked like when that kid reached in, looked like he grabbed him by the face mask. But
okay.
We'll wait and see.
Well, they're going to back it off. That's going to be unsportsmanlike on EMCC.
Well, I agree with Billy. I thought I saw the face mask as well, and I think the flag was late because he was reaching in the wrong pocket.
Oh, you got to be kidding me.
That's ridiculous.
That is absolutely ludicrous. I have seen players do that time and time and time again and no call. Wow.
Yeah, Jason, they do this in basketball. When a kid hits a three, it's like they've taken the celebration out of it. I get taunting.
Sure.
But a kid plays with emotion. Like, he makes a big play, like, let him celebrate, I mean, he just got up and said first down. He didn't do it at anybody. Yep. He didn't walk over anybody. That's a bad call. That's what I don't like. You're taking the fun out of, like, a kid making a big play. Yeah, let him celebrate a little bit. But he's not showing up anybody.
And there's a conversation now with Buddy Stevens in the white hat. That's Scott Mayo.
Well, if I can go back and talk about the play a minute ago.
You can.
It's something I've been watching with Ty.
We need something to talk about.
Listen,
There's a pause in the action.
I love watching quarterbacks, but today, we talked about Ty getting into rhythm, and each time he's thrown the ball, he's looked at 3 different receivers. If you're a quarterback that's got that kind of patience and that kind of mentality, you're going to have a successful day. And right after I started to say it, but the radio came out in me, bam, long play down the field. So that's the Ty we need right there, is him executing that offense as well as he's done it on this series.
Absolutely. And that's the Ty Keys you've been wanting to see be more consistently this season, because he certainly has the ability to do so.
So much about playing quarterback is confidence, and I'm seeing it today.
Yep. And the good news is it's still first down. And on the plus side of the field, Griffin shedding a tackle in the backfield, tries to get the edge, and is going to get down to the 26 and another penalty flag. So we'll hold on here. I think this is going to go on the defense.
Initial signal is a hold.
Yeah, it's on the defense. Saw him point.
Yeah, saw one of the players for COAHOMA, I didn't catch his number, get frustrated. This is the lone Saturday game on the schedule for EMCC. They, of course, had to play one of those because of a tropical system 2 weeks ago and lost that one 33-14 on the road to Northwest. That was the first North Division loss, and then last week lost to ICC here. So EMCC trying to get their first North Division win of the season.
Hey, the schedule maker hit a home run. I mean, this day is absolutely beautiful.
It's going against EMCC.
Well, now we hear Billy Begley tell us that that's going to go against the Lions. Billy, can you shed some light on what the penalty may
Looks
be?
like it's a hold on EMCC.
Okay, so the official said hold. Okay. And that's one thing, and I don't know if it's going to be on an offensive line, but you've had good offensive line play, at least for the most part, for the Lions this season. Some of EMCC's offensive struggles really haven't been up front. They've done a good job, especially in run blocking. But EMCC just has had some consistency issues on offense. You know, we talked a little bit about that. But what we've seen on this drive, outside of the penalties, which have been 2, one should not have been called for sure, but Ty Keys has really shown some leadership ability. We've seen some really good running from Griffin and really good blocking up front. So the Lions are going to be backed up now to the,
false start, 79.
A little movement. And as he mentioned, that is going to be number 79. That's Wes Thompson, 6'6", 315 out of Muscle Shoals, Alabama. He's a bounce back from Tennessee Tech.
Well, it's time just to get, stop, take a breath, get your rhythm back. You had it going there to begin with in the drive, and you just got to reach it back in the back pocket and find it again.
Oh, Billy and Buddy's going to call the whole team over. This is a perfect time to call this timeout and try to settle everybody down, as you mentioned, John.
Well, right now, what you got to impress upon this offense is, we've got to execute, and they were doing such a good job of it, moving the ball down the field with the big play and all, but even before that, the execution was fantastic. Kind of think the penalty threw them off a little bit. Your timing gets off, and so much of this spread offense is predicated upon timing and people knowing where to be during the play, and that's one thing that over the last couple of plays we've kind of been off with a little bit. I think the hold was when we bounced outside. The receiver was kind of caught off guard, grabbed a little too much jersey. But either way, just settle him down right here. Yeah,
he settled him down, but kind of laid into him a little bit, just told him to wake up. I'll leave it at that.
Not a lot of settling with Buddy down there.
No, and you're a coach, Billy. You know how it goes, because I think in some ways they kind of deserve to be laid into just a little bit there here on this drive. Some costly penalties, 3 of them to be exact, all on the plus side of the field. Keys back to pass, throws underneath. It is caught. Blackman's going to be
another
tackled.
Flag.
Oh, goodness, come on. Now another penalty flag, and that really hurts offensive rhythm or penalties, even if it's just a 5-yarder or maybe something as simple that you could overcome. And one of the things, too, that Buddy Stevens has said about this football team is just guys are trying to do too much, too. And sometimes that happens in those penalties. You talked about maybe the wideout just gets a little bit too much jersey, trying to block out on the outer edge, or maybe a receiver's too amped up, mistimes their jump. Well, this is going to go against COAHOMA, and EMCC really needed a positive play here.
Yeah, EMCC needed that one. Now they're back where he actually caught the ball, and people on this end of the when that pass from Ty Keys, they were saying he missed a face mask when he got up and got the unsportsmanlike conduct.
Okay. All right, so it's first down. 10 to go for EMCC. They're a yard shy of the red zone. Down 7-0 with 10:31 to go here in the first quarter. Throw into the check down near side outside the numbers to Griffin. He'll be bottled up with not much room. They'll give him the 18 with forward progress. That'll bring up now second down.
Well, Robin Rankin right there on the stop. He was over there by himself, and he did exactly what he's coached to do right there. Just grab those legs and hang on. Could have been a big play. Give Rankin a little credit right there for making a good, clean stop.
So after the gain of 3, it's 2nd and 7. Keys with a quick pass and wide open and walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Jalen Jennings with some good hands out of the backfield, and the Lions are a PAT away from tying this one up.
Boy, the receiver right there was a second check on that play, and I think Keys, I kind of saw his eyes get wide open when he saw how open he was. And just a nice soft touch on the ball right there. Gets it to him in stride. An easy touchdown right there for the Lions.
Hayden Hope, who's 13 of 15 on extra points, will come out to attempt the PAT. Hunter Moore will snap it back to Carter Hankins here momentarily. Pass back good. Hold is put down, but it is going to go wide left. And so now 13 of 16 with extra points is Hayden Hope this year. 7-6 is our score with 9:53 to go. But the good news is you got on the board. And we'll be back in 30 seconds with the kick to the Tigers. You're listening and watching EMCC football on EMCC Live.
Now is the time to prepare for your future. Whether you're headed to a 4-year university or straight to a new career, East Mississippi Community College is perfect. We have hundreds of university transfer courses and nearly 50 career technical and allied health programs with top-notch instruction, the latest technology, and a personalized environment. At East Mississippi Community College, opportunity happens here.
7-6, EMCC just got into the end zone with a 17-yard touchdown pitching catch. That's from EMCC quarterback Ty Keys to Jalen Jennings. COAHOMA now will return it up to the 23-yard line, and that's where they will have football possession to try to answer EMCC score.
Donald Passmore right there. That was excellent coverage right there on that kickoff. He had a nice little lane, and Passmore saw it and just stepped over into it, waited on the ball carrier. That one could have been dangerous right there, but good job by Passmore because, you teach kids to get in that lane, don't move out of it, and he was able to jump in, make the tackle, keep him inside the 25. Good job right there by Passmore.
All right, so Ashton Strother's going to come out for the second time for this game. He'll have twins to the left, and on the snap we have whistles. I don't see penalty. A timeout was called by COAHOMA. Terrence Metcalf is the head coach for COAHOMA. Played for the Ole Miss Rebels. His son also played for the Ole Miss Rebels. DK Metcalf, NFL
Still
star.
lighting it up.
Yeah, golly.
For the Seahawks.
Just an absolute, his son probably might be in some ways more muscular, a little bit bigger than his father, but at wide receiver. His father, a little bit different proportions.
Hey.
He was a big offensive lineman.
Listen, I had to go on a business trip to Seattle about a month ago, and my son was like, I said, you want me to bring you back something? He said, yeah, DK Metcalf jersey. I said, son, you realize he played at Ole Miss?
Right.
He said, I don't care, Daddy. He's the best. Well, DK, he can do it now. He is just a specimen.
And it's scary to say, too, like you think about the wide receiver room Ole Miss had then.
Oh, yeah.
And think about what they have now, and I think in ways it's better, or at least better coached and a better scheme. Now, right now they do trail 20-17 with less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth, but Ole Miss has the football, and, of course, they can light it up quickly. And EMCC in the backfield, and they're going to drop him, and that's a shoot.
I'm like you. I thought it was the ball for a second, but
I thought it was the ball. I was about to scream fumble.
Yeah. Hey, if Glenn Beard would have been in here, he would be screaming fumble right now. So. Way to compose yourself, John King.
Well, I kind of saw it flying out of there, and then I saw the strings whipping around it, and I thought, well, that can't be the football. So.
Oh, that was Lazeri, second down and 16. So a 6-yard loss. Strother will be in the shotgun. He's going to have trips wide side of the field here. Oh, pressure from Hardy. He's going to have to just throw it near side. Is it going to stay in bounds? And it's knocked away as, boy, he was trying to. I tell you what, when you're rolling around and you're trying to throw back across the field out of bounds, that's a dangerous, dangerous pass.
Well, and it didn't have the mustard he thought he had on it either, and he was very, very lucky right there. In fact, the receiver kind of come up and just slapped at it, and I think got a finger on it and able to deflect it a little bit, but
kind of played defender.
Strother said his prayers this morning.
Xavier Hardy with that inside pressure couldn't get spun around in time, but Strother knew he was going to be run down, so he had to get rid of that one quick. That was a smart decision, and that brings up 3rd and 16 now for this Tiger offense. Pressure once again, has to step up, fires at far sideline. It's going to put too much mustard on it this time, and it goes sails over the fence, bounces up off the brick on the stands across the way.
Boy, East Mississippi, I love the way they defended that right there. They only played 3 down linemen, rushed 3, but boy, they got some great penetration out of them. But a lot of curveballs being thrown at COAHOMA right now. That's the 4th different coverage I've seen in 4 plays, and all of them, really what they're trying to do with that is cut the middle of them. Because that's where Strother's looking first time every time, and they're not letting anything come through them. That's what's forcing the ball to the outside every time.
So Gonzalez is going to have to come out and punt it away, averaging 33 yards per kick this season. Oh, EMCC came so close to getting a hold of that one. And now taking it on the bounce at the numbers is Collins. He's going to go to the right side and not get too much, but still great starting field position for EMCC as they're just shy of the 45.
Well, Collins grabbed that one off the bounce right there. Does what his coaches tell him to do, and that's go straight forward. Just get us a few yards out of the return right there. Great starting field position for this drive right here for East Mississippi.
All right, so from the last drive, Billy, what does EMCC offensively need to do to kind of build on that?
I think they need to keep throwing the ball. I think they're having a hard time, especially with these short routes, because we've got the speed. I think they need to throw it out in space and let their playmakers go make plays, because I think they're outside, their DBs and their safeties are having a hard time trying to cover our wide receivers.
Thank you, Billy. It's EMCC men's basketball coach and former star for Rick Stansberry at Mississippi State. Joining us, he's the sideline reporter. Nice slip screen and nice job by Blackman, shedding a couple of tacklers, trying to get to the outside, does, and he gets into Tiger territory, and he's going to step out of bounds at the 48. Boy, that's what Blackman can do, is use that athletic ability. Look at that. Makes one man miss and then another, and then finally is shoved out of bounds, and another, well, it's 9 yards, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Inside handoff, great job, Lee Wade. He's going to take it down to the 42, and that'll move the chains.
What nice block right there by your offensive guard on the left side. He basically had 2 players to hit. He scraped off of both of them, got the linebacker out of the way for a big game for the Lions.
7:55 to go in the first quarter. Throwing it over the middle, wide open. That's short. He spins around and is shocked there's nobody there and takes it down to the 12-yard line. He spun around like, whoa, wait.
He looked around and was like, where is everybody? I'll tell you right there, though, he had to kind of spin. He outran the ball a little bit right there and had to slow down. I think that's what disoriented him a little bit. But either way, good job of doing what you got to do to make that catch right there. And the Lions find themselves a great opportunity to score once again.
And Billy, you called it. Just keep throwing the football. They've kind of mixed in the run, too, and they'll hand it off. And Wade has a hole, gets inside the 10. It's going to be knocked off his feet there at the 8-yard line.
Boy, another thing that East Mississippi's doing a good job of today, and that's yards after initial contact. Boy, Blackman earlier, clinic on not giving up a play.
So on 2nd down and 6, looking back to the near side on the check with me is Ty Keys. Lee Wade's going to be flanked off his left hip. Shotgun snap, firing it towards the right side of the end zone. Caught, Blackman, touchdown. EMCC from 8 yards out, and the Lions have taken their first lead of the game. It's 12-7 pending the PAT.
Well, I'm really impressed with Blackman so far. That play back here earlier, he was hit 3 times, and made the lemonade out of lemons, turned a loss into about an 8-yard gain. And right there, he was actually covered pretty well and decides, look, I'm going to make a move, and went out of the route right there, got himself wide open for the touchdown.
So Hope back on to attempt this one. He missed the first one wide left. And this one's blocked. And COAHOMA's going to bring it out of the end zone. They get to the near side, and he's bottled up, pushed out of bounds at the 21. So I think the snap this time was a little bit behind the holder. And that caused some problems, but COAHOMA's going to block it up the middle, and it's 12-7. EMCC with the lead with 6:38 left in the first. Back to Scuba in a moment.
Galloway Chandler McKinney knows how to insure and protect your business. We also know your employees well because we insure their homes, auto, and life. I'm Kyle Chandler IV with independent insurance agency Galloway Chandler McKinney. We're your friends and neighbors who care about your business and the people who make it work.
So EMCC takes their first lead as we welcome you back, those of you watching on emcclive.com. High end over end kick, taken at the 6. Reversing his field, going across the way. And that is Brown, or Coltrane, by the way, and he's going to get down the far sideline. And EMCC on special teams there, giving up a big run, and that's excellent starting field position for COAHOMA. And that is going to be Deshaun Catron, the 5'9" wide receiver. When you look at COAHOMA's roster, they've got 2 zeros, 2 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and 2 6s, 2 7s, 2 8s, 2 9s. That gets really confusing. They've got an O by offense and a D by defense.
But no SP on there. And that's
no
not
SP, so it could be defense. So you're just going to assume it's the offensive guy.
Hey, he did a great job. They set the wall up left, right there. He did a really good job of finding the seam and getting the ball down the field. Another big play there for COAHOMA now. East Mississippi's defense with the work cut out for him.
So they have to defend 25 yards with 6:26 to go here in the first quarter. And it's an inside handoff, but the Lions don't give up much there, just about 2 yards. He's carrying the football. Emmanuel Griffin, who has a touchdown of 53 yards in this game.
G. Evans stepped up from his linebacker spot. Good job of making that play right there. He was really, he bit for the fake, but did a good job of recovering to get back to make the tackle.
Exactly 6 minutes left here in the opening quarter. Feels like we've already played a quarter and a half.
Feels like we played a half already.
Strother will receive the snap. He looks right. And now pump fakes, and the ball just falls out of his hands, but they're going to call it incomplete. Looked like it just kind of slipped out. Now his arm was going forward, so by rule that is an incomplete pass.
Yeah, and you can see him looking at the sideline over there. He's just kind of saying, hey, it slipped, it slipped. I thought Evans may be able to get up there and grab that one, but just about a step behind it right there, but would have been a second big play in a row right there for G.
Beautiful day, as we mentioned. We could see the sun. You still see the clouds. Earlier, it looked like the clouds were going to pass away, and it was going to be an absolute gorgeous day. Temperatures feel really good. It feels like fall in September. We're not used to that in Mississippi. Timeout called by Terrence Metcalf before the snap.
Boy, it is a good timeout for Metcalf right there. I think East Mississippi looked like they had the blitz on right there. You can kind of tell the way they were rolling back the coverage, not putting anybody on an island. They were up to something right there.
Boy, I tell you what, it got an eye a little bit on this Ole Miss-Kentucky game. Probably shouldn't admit that, but it was 3rd and 14, and Kentucky, I believe, recovered a fumble. They forced a fumble by Dart. Penalty flag offsides Kentucky, so it's 3rd and 9 now. There's 1:21 to go up there in Oxford. 20-17 Kentucky with the lead. But Ole Miss with this offense, you feel very confident they will get into the end zone. If they don't, they'll be able to tie the game up. So coming out of the timeout, COAHOMA will have a 3rd down and 7 here in Scuba. By the way, out in Austin, Texas. Mississippi State and Texas will do battle here in about a little less than 45 minutes. Taking care of some Magnolia State SEC ball for you. I'm going to tell you what, COAHOMA has slowed things down here a good bit. Griffin's going to be flanked off the left hip of Struthers. Will take the snap. He rolls to the near side and steps up as a penalty flag flies. This could be holding, and he gets inside the 10 and slides. He thinks he has a first down, but I think this one's coming back, Billy.
Yeah, it looks like there's going to be a hold there in the backfield.
So Strother, it's going to be hard not to call him Struthers.
I know.
Yeah. Strother, who, and I kind of slightly said it a second ago, and that's going to be, boy, I tell you what, if you're Strother, you got to be really unhappy with your left tackle. Now, I don't know that necessarily, it could have aided a little bit in that run.
Well, in that time, East Mississippi only rushed 3 right there. Yeah. And I think that's one thing Strother's telling them. Guys, there's only 3 guys coming. There's 5 of y'all. Get in front of them and block them. I tell you, this East Mississippi defensive front, they are on their game today. They have done a great job of getting, keeping Strother working.
Well, Ole Miss misses a field goal, and with 48 seconds to go, Kentucky will just kneel on this one, and the Rebels are about to lose their first Southeastern Conference game of the year. It's 20-17. That's going to be your final. Stepping up, going around the left side, being tackled at the 32 is Struther, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, Michael Hines right there. It was just him and Struther, and he grabbed and hung on for dear life. Lost his helmet in the process. Great job of one-on-one tackling right there by big number 90, Michael Hines.
12-7 is our score. If you're just joining us, appreciate it. As boy, they leave in the leg of Damian Gonzalez.
Damian Gonzalez to attempt a 50-yard.
It's a 50-yard attempt coming. Right-footed kicker will kick it from the left hash. Snap back good. It's high.
Short.
It's end over end, and as Billy
Short.
just told us, it's short as it's going to go under the crossbar.
No good.
And we'll remain at 12-7 with 4:40 to go in the first. We'll keep it right here as EMCC is about to take over on offense. And boy, the Lions have scored on their last 2 possessions, and they did so by mixing the pass and run, but the pass was featured. And you said that, Billy, you said it, EMCC needed to continue to pass the football. It looked like everything was working for them on that drive.
Yeah, it was. They just don't have the East Mississippi offensively is just so much bigger than they are, especially on the wide receivers. It looks like there could be some routes to where they can just throw it up and just out-jump them and go get it.
So when the shotgun is Keys, he'll have trips wide side of the field, near side. Leave it on the ground. Jennings back out there is now going to pivot and cut up field as he gets across the 35 up to the 36.
Now the COAHOMA defensive front right there started to settle in a little bit. They were giving up some runs early on, but big number 99 right there able to plug up the middle. Gain of a couple on the play.
Gain of 3 yards, 2nd down.
So after the gain of 3 on the play, it'll be 2nd down and 7. Stepping up, firing, and it is caught at the 40-yard line, and that is Lorenzo Arnold, a freshman out of Atmore, Alabama. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 4.
To number 88, Lorenzo Arnold.
Well, Kentucky has defeated Ole Miss 20-17 in Oxford. It's gone final. First Southeastern Conference final of the day. Jennings off right tackle and just bowls his way up to the 1st down stick and gets it as he gets up to the 44-yard line. Hey, Jennings, he's got a body that you're like, okay, he's going to be one of those scat backs, but he also has kind of a fullback, bruising back type mentality.
He likes hitting
when he lowers that shoulder. Yeah, and he can grind out yards after contact. Everybody talks so much about yards after catch when the running game is set yards after contact.
Yak wins football games.
Yeah, Collins was in motion, kind of stumbled once he turned, and they throw it to him, and it's incomplete. It goes off the head of the defender. That's Samuel Jackson, the linebacker out of North Pike High School. Sophomore unintentionally makes a play with his helmet. He was just going after Collins.
Well, Pike counter to COAHOMA. That's about a 5.5, 6 hour drive right there.
Yeah.
He don't go home much on the weekends, I guarantee you.
So it's going to bring up a 2nd down and 10 for Ty Keys as he goes trips near side of the field. Keys looking near side, fires near side, call it near side, and spinning out of a tackle and tight roping the sideline inside the 40. Goodness, Amari Cox.
That's why you never give up on a play right there. He was able to spin off of it. He looked down, saw his feet were still in bounds, said, I'm going to get a few more out of this.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter. EMCC with a 1st down on the plus side of the field, going downhill now at the 41 of the Tigers. Play action for Keys, dancing around, fires it deep down the field, breaking away, but not close enough to be able to grab it and haul it in is Antravius Edwards. But I love that play call.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you want to keep that defense honest, make them spread out a little bit. And you got a good look right there what kind of arm Ty Keys has. But what impresses me about Keys is his recognition before the play of where to go with the football based on what the defense is giving you.
Trips tight to the formation on the right side. Keys just all day to throw, steps up, slips through, and he's going to spin down at the 35-yard line. But great job of blocking Billy up front.
Yeah, great job. Great job opening up the hole. I think Ty Keys needs to look to run a little bit more because there's been some lanes that have been open, and he's been hesitant to run. That was what made him really good last year, is to be able to run and throw.
2:17 and a ticking clock here in the first quarter. Lions trying to extend their lead here on homecoming. It's a 3rd down and 4. Collins in motion again. Shotgun snap, dancing again. Now flushed out of the pocket to the right side. He's going to have to just throw it away. But this is 4-down territory for EMCC at the 35-yard line of COAHOMA.
Interesting defensive call right there by COAHOMA. They looked like they were dropping the linebackers back into the zone and then shot both of them right back up the middle. I think it surprised Keys a little bit, but very aware Ty was when he got out there. It just wasn't anything, and he's like, let me get this out of bounds, and we'll try it again on 4th down.
1:57 to go. Here in the opening quarter, EMCC going for their 10th first down. So here we go on 4th down. Caught, first down. That's the 10th. And diving down to the 20-yard line is Michael Johnson Jr. And he's knocked off his feet at the 21. And EMCC is a yard away again from the red zone.
Good placement of the football right there by Keys. He put it where only Johnson could catch it. Got just enough of the first.
Yeah, false start.
False start. And we heard the bang on the desk over here across the way from us where the coaches for EMCC are. And that's so frustrating. You get close to the red zone, and all of a sudden you have one of those penalties that you just shoot yourself in the foot. Coaches just absolutely hate those pre-snap penalties. EMCC, 1 of 1 on 4th down conversions, 50% on 3rd. They're 2 of 4 as we take a look at a few statistics as the first quarter is winding down. The shotgun is Ty Keys, where he spends 99.9% of the time. Throws it out of the backfield to Jennings. He's going to catch it, gets inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. And the official the official fumbles the football, and as he runs after it, looks like somebody that muffs a punt, and they're trying to go after him. So here we go on 2nd down and 8 now. Keys looks back to the near sideline. Kay Wilkerson is giving the sign, the offensive coordinator for the Lions. Beautiful snap back to Keys. Surveys the field, fires it towards the end zone, and trying to shed a defender, and that's going to be pass interference. And yeah, that's going to be on Ryan Kirkwood out of Oxford High School, the 5'11" sophomore defensive back, held as Amari Cox was trying to break free in the E and EMCC in that north end zone.
Well, I'm anxious to see right here. I saw all kind of pushing and shoving by both players right there as they were cutting across the E in the end zone right there. And it looks like we're going to have a little bit of a conference trying to figure this one out.
Not sure, Billy, what the conference should be about, other than, as Glenn Beard would say, they're just trying to figure out whether they're going to eat after the game. But looked to me like this was defensive holding.
Yeah, priorities, man. You got to have priorities on where to eat.
Well, there's not many options here in Scuba, so it shouldn't be that long of a discussion.
Got the Subway or the cafeteria here. Oh, and some gas station chicken.
Don't sleep on the gas station
absolutely.
chicken.
Do not sleep on the gas station
there
chicken.
Needs to be a book about Mississippi gas station chicken.
No doubt.
Coach Orgeron would be featured, wouldn't he?
Right, no
Talking about the Exxon in Oxford. That chicken on a stick. It just slaps. It's different, right?
Remind me to tell you when we have a second about the hamburger in Carrollton.
Okay. Well, we'll give you a little. Hey, I tell you what, if the score was to get out of hand, we'll really break out the Mississippi menu. How about that?
Chicken on a stick and pancake on a stick.
Oh, man, can't go wrong with either. New quarterback in there and going around the right side's McCarty, and he is going to be dropped before he gets to the end zone back at the 3-yard line. Cole McCarty, 6 foot 190, a freshman from Birmingham, played at Kennesaw State, Moody High School in the Birmingham area. And that's going to bring up a 2nd and goal to go from the 3. Well, coaches really like McCarty's leadership. They go in a pistol formation now. McCarty will turn on the snap and hands it off. Jennings trying to get the outside. Goes for the end zone, gets it. Touchdown, EMCC.
With Jennings right there, that was a play designed actually to go off tackle, but Jennings didn't see the hole immediately. He pops outside right there. Great vision right there by Jennings. That's what allowed him to get in the end zone, but the left tackle on this side did a good job of sealing that side off as well. Just perfectly executed right there by East Mississippi.
Well, the Lions, after missing 2 PATs on the first 2 touchdowns, going to keep the offense out there and go for 2. 24 seconds left in the opening period. Keys. Back to pass, looking, has some backside pressure, turns and looks at the defender and says, you know what, I'll just take it into the end zone. Keys made nothing into something.
Well,
So
Keys
2
could have
points
got
on
his
the board
head
now.
turned to the opposite side right there, Jason. He had 13, Lee Wade wide open in the far corner of the end zone, but the way the pressure was coming, he didn't have much of a choice but to tuck and run. But Tide did a good job of finding that pylon right there.
Jalen Jennings, the 3-yard run, 2-point conversion rush by Ty Keys with 24 seconds to go. Here in the first quarter, we're going to keep it right here. Beautiful day for homecoming. Starting to cloud up a little bit. It's a little warm here in the booth. There's no air circulating. Billy, what's it feel like down on the sidelines?
With the sun back behind the clouds, it's a nice little breeze. It's not bad, but I'm telling you, when that sun comes out, it warms up a good 5 degrees. I start sweating nothing's worse than sweating when you're not expecting to.
No, you're exactly right. That's a typical Mississippi weather right there. Coming up and booting it, Spaniard, and it's going to go to the 5-yard line near Hash. And trying to get to the middle of the field. EMCC defends it much, much better this time, and they'll knock him down at the 13-yard line. And that's Deshaun Catron again, the receiver out of Bartlett High School.
He was looking for that same lane as they tried to set up the wall right there, but East Mississippi said, you're not doing it twice.
And correction, that's Catron, not Catron. I beg your pardon.
Great coverage right there, though. Any time that you can pin the receiving team back behind the 20, that's a win for the coverage team right there. Good job.
Absolutely. It's winding down with 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. The offense for the Tigers coming back out. Just not a very good offense. Averaging 13 points. Giving up 38 defensively. EMCC with a 4-man front. And there's a penalty flag that comes from the back judge. And we're going to have a delay of game. Well, COAHOMA, starting off, they give them the 15 for forward progress, and now you're going to back them up 5 yards, and that's not really good starting field position with it first down and 15 to go.
Well, and, if I'm the offensive coordinator for COAHOMA, really limit your playbook right there because you don't want to take too many risks that far down at your end of the field. So it'll be really interesting to see what the coaching staff decides to do right here.
So just 14 seconds left in the quarter. They fake the give, pump fake. Now going off left tackle and cutting upfield is the quarterback, Struther. Ashton Struther is going to slide down at the 16-yard line. So he'll get 6 of those 5 yards back. So that's a win. And that's going to run out the first quarter of play. Lions with 3 touchdowns in the first quarter after going down 7-0. They lead at 20-7 as we head to the second period of play. Back in a minute here in Scuba. You're watching Lions football on EMCC Live.
Fans, at this time, please turn your attention to the north 20-yard line as we introduce Mr. and Miss EMCC for the Scuba campus. Jamario Payton of Ware, Mississippi, and Sierra King of Louisville, Mississippi. And your Mr. and Miss EMCC for the Golden Triangle campus, John Chappie Chapman from Columbus, Mississippi, and Sarah Cantrell of Starkville, Mississippi. Let's give a round of applause for this year's Mr. and Miss EMCC.
Just joining us, it's 20-7. Lions on top, and it's a second down and 9 situation to go for COAHOMA. And this is a very important drive for them here as they go around to the outside. Not going to get much there. Making a big tackle is Jeremy Cook, the defensive back out of Hoover, Alabama, by way of Jackson State. I said it's an important drive because COAHOMA really needs to go down the field to score if they want to keep pace here, because you're down 20-7. And if you give the ball back to EMCC, they have scored on their last 3 possessions, and they've made it look easy doing so.
Well, and if you give the ball up here, even with a punt, East Mississippi's going to be in great field position either way. If you're Coach Metcalf, you just at least want a partial drive to get out of your end of the field right here to try to flip the field in worst case scenario.
EMCC with 159 passing yards, 195 yards total in the first quarter. Backside pressure hit as he throws, and that's going to cause an incomplete pass on third down. So coming out to punt this one away is going to be Damian Gonzalez once again. And Billy, that backside pressure, I think he heard footsteps and rushed that throw.
Yeah, he did. I'll tell you, this defensive front has really ramped up their pressure, man. They're really getting back, getting off the ball really quick and getting to the quarterback. They're not giving him any time. They've really, Coach Thompson's really, dialed up the pressure here in the last, 5-10 minutes here of game time.
Net passing yard, guys, for COAHOMA, just 1 yard.
Wow.
They're averaging 5 yards a play. EMCC 7.2. So Gonzalez will stand 2 yards from his own end zone. Takes a high snap, but climbs the ladder. Almost blocked, but got it away. Calling for a fair catch at the 42-yard line is Jalen York. And EMCC will go to work at the Tiger 42.
We got to give Gonzalez a little credit right there for getting that one out of there. I mean, it was a high snap, and he's not the tallest guy out there. He was able to come down with it and then able to get the punt out of there. Wasn't the one he wanted, but that could have been disastrous right there for COAHOMA.
Yeah, and he's had great concentration, too, because he didn't panic. He just went with his follow-through and got it out of there. Now EMCC will have it at the far hash. It'll be first down, 10 to go from the 42 of the COAHOMA Tigers with 14:05 to go here before halftime. John, you're going to head down to the field here in a bit to get the interview with Buddy. Billy's going to swap places with you. Billy has some homecoming announcing duties. Boy, what a snag on that pass back, and throwing an interception in the end zone is Ty Keys. Boy, he showed some great athletic ability, scrambling to the outside, near side, and he throws it, though, to Ramon Rinkin. And it's a turnover, and boy, that's exactly what the Tigers needed. Boy, it looked like he was throwing it to Rinkin.
Well, I tell you, we talked about the arm of Ty Keys, and he launched that one right there, and I kind of think it may have been a little miscommunication. If you saw the receiver at about the 10, he started curving that route back in toward the goalpost. Meanwhile, I don't think he ever saw the football.
It's
because,
just a go pattern.
And the defensive back was right underneath.
The defensive back understood it better than the receiver, right? He was on the back.
Either way, well, he can launch that football now.
Yeah.
That was a rope.
So Rinkin goes and gets it, Billy.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. I mean, the receiver stopped at about the 10, 15-yard line and turned around and then realized that maybe I was supposed to keep going.
Yep. And then Rinkin recognized it, and Strother's going to pump fake to the right side, steps up in the pocket and has nothing but real estate, and he's going to be ridden down from behind after getting the first down up to the 34-yard line. So that'll move the chains for the Tigers. You let them get in the end zone, and it's exactly what I mentioned would be big for them as far as getting back in this game. They had to have a defensive stop, and they got it.
Well, they got exactly what they needed, too. You punt the ball. It was a short punt. East Mississippi's licking their chops. You're able to get the turnover on the first play of that drive. If you're COAHOMA, that could have been a game saver. We'll see if they can cash it in, though, right here.
Strother takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, comes around near side. It's going to be corralled before he gets to the 40. Running the football there is Lazarius Penn at a Greenville Christian School.
Strother audibled out of the pass right there. I saw him turn around and look at 22. He saw something defensively he liked, changed it to a run right there, got 5 yards as a result.
Second and medium, and the key for them is they've been getting really good yards on first down. That's key for any offense, and EMCC had been, for the most part of the back end of the first quarter, controlling the line of scrimmage defensively and offensively. Strother with the snap. He's back to pass, has pressure, rolls out of it. It's got a square and fire and does. Had a man for a moment, and it's going to fall incomplete. I know that COAHOMA fans will want a flag there, and so will the players, but that's a good no call. That ball was not catchable. And it falls incomplete, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.
Well, you stick your hand in there right at the end, and I think most officials are going to overlook that. You've got an opportunity to go for the football just like the receiver does, and I think that was really, what you're looking at right there. Either way, the ball thrown a few yards ahead of the play anyway, so 3rd down and 5 coming up.
So a possession play once again at their own 39 for COAHOMA. They're going to go Twins tight to the formation either side. Strother has inside pressure again, and he's running for his life again and gets away from that pressure and has to run out of bounds at the 42. So he's going to be 2 yards shy of the first down, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and 2. He got 3 yards.
Well, Strother running out of there like his hair was on fire.
Yeah,
I mean, this penetration by the East Mississippi front right here has just been, I don't want to say dominant, but it's been very, very close here in this first half. Well, they did such a good job of penetrating and causing Strother all kind of problems.
They're going to have to bring Gonzalez out to punt this one away. Strother out of Christian Brothers High School is a 6'3" quarterback that has some escapability in the backfield. Clock rolling now, under 12 to play before halftime. I think Billy Begley's going to head up here with about 5 minutes on the clock. John, you're going to take the equipment and go down there and get Buddy Stevens at the half. Boy, that's a low, fieldable punt, but no return as York had to dive for it. That was actually very dangerous. If that is not fielded very cleanly, that's going to be COAHOMA football, and it could be a scoop and score, Billy.
Yeah, that was close. That was a risky catch there by the return guy. But I tell you, back to your point on the defensive line, ever since that first drive, that defensive line has just been in the backfield all game long. I mean, they're off the ball quick. They're winning the line of scrimmage. And then, I mean, Carruthers is taking 1-2 steps, and then, yes, he is literally looks like he's running for his life. So they got to keep that up. I mean, that's got to keep him contained in the pocket, but you're not getting much out of that.
Ty Keys with a chance at redemption here, Billy, as he has it at his own 32. He's going to give it off tackle around the near side to Griffin, who has some tough yards and stays upright for an extra yard as he gets close to the 40-yard line. They will give him the 40.
Marco Tyson's about the only thing for COAHOMA that saved a touchdown right there. When he made that spin, I thought he was about to break.
Absolutely, Billy. They're going to go up tempo here. As here's the snap. They're going to pull it on the run-pass option, throws it to the near sideline. Blackman has it, and he gets up to the 47-yard line, and EMCC will register a first down here on 2nd and short. And, guys, this is the offense that you're used to seeing for EMCC. They love that run-pass option, Billy.
Yeah, they do. And, the pass that was intercepted, that wasn't a bad play. He was open if he'd have kept running.
No, correct. That was not on Ty. That was just on miscommunication. Off tackle again. Griffin stays upright as he runs into his own man, gets outside the numbers, inside the 40 of the Tigers. And he's going to be down to the 38-yard line. And that'll move the chains with 10:43 to go in the opening half. EMCC in business. They're going to go Twins either side of the formation. Keys races that right leg. Will take the shotgun snap. Throws it out of the backfield to Griffin. And Griffin stays upright with a tough hit at the 35-yard line. That's been my key phrase, staying upright, when I'm talking about Griffin on this series.
Well, without a doubt, he's got such good balance right there. And he's able to squeeze a couple extra yards after contact right there as we've got an injury down on the field. But I think he's going to be up and limping off himself.
See, that's how you're supposed to do it. Right? Well, now he falls down like he's an Ole Miss defender.
Hey, they flopped on offense.
They did. I saw that. And, the funny thing was, I was talking with our producer back at WFCA because I had to do a pregame show called MSU Game Day earlier today. And I saw that play, and I said, oh, wait, that's an offensive guy. And I thought, because I just kind of glanced and saw him laying there, I said, oh, Miss faking an injury again, just peeking around. And
somebody didn't like the coverage I saw.
I felt bad. I said, oh, no, man. I said, I certainly hope he's okay. I was joking. Then I found out it was on defense, and when I saw the actual replay, he just fell. He was standing there and just fell, started grabbing the back of his leg.
I tell you, this tempo is really starting to wear down on COAHOMA.
It is. That's a great point, because we talked about controlling the line of scrimmage, but the tempo now starting to wear out the second and third level. Here goes Griffin up the middle, and he's hard to get down. Balls on the ground.
I think we got it back. We recovered.
Okay. Thank you, Billy, for being Johnny on the spot. And Ole Miss fans, we're not picking on you. We know the wound is there. We're not going to rub salt. And by the way, Bulldog fans, before you gloat, you got a ball game with the #1 team in the country, and you're statistically the worst team in the SEC, so we have no room to talk. Keys over the middle, wide open, caught, touchdown! EMCC leeway from 27 yards out, and the Lions are trying to rout the Tigers here in the first half. It's 26-7.
Boy, Keys is going down the checklist right there. He looks right. Neither receiver's open. Turns to the middle of the field. Has a receiver wide open. And the good thing about Ty is he doesn't force the ball. He lays it up, lets him run right underneath it. Beautiful pass right there by Ty.
Well, the Lions went for 2 last time. They were able to get 2 points on the board. Now Hope back out there to attempt the PAT. This time good snap, good hold, and good kick. And sometimes kickers get blamed for missing, and sometimes it may be the holder. Sometimes it's the snap. It's all in sync. Sometimes it's just placement of the foot. Things go wrong, but Lions were able to connect, and they're up 27-7 with 9:38 to go here in the first half. So we'll keep it here as the Lions are back out on the field ready to kick it. And the thing about doing a TV call is you kind of feel like you can kind of set your pace a little bit. When you're on radio and you got to take these commercial breaks and stuff, you feel like you kind of rushed a little bit, because you don't get the media timeouts. But I will say, I'm thankful that we don't have media timeouts because we'd be here a long day on Saturday.
Oh, without a doubt. Plus the pace of this ball game's not allowed us to do a whole lot anyway.
I feel sorry for Billy having to run up down the field when EMCC's on offense. It's going to be taken inside the 10 by the Tigers, out across the 15, between the hashes. Now getting outside the hashes, staying upright, across the 45. He has the kicker to beat. And he has one more man to beat. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, COAHOMA. And he's going to bring it back 92 yards. And once again, that's Catron. Deshaun Catron had a return to the 20, just a kick return or two before. In the last one, they covered him. And on this one, he was able to find a lane and got to the outside, and he beat EMCC down the field for a 92-yard kick return touchdown.
Everything's been clicking but special teams.
That's a good point. Buddy will say it. John, get ready. He's going to tell you pretty quickly at halftime the issue, just what Buddy just said. The PAT is true, and it's 27-14. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be back on EMCC Live in a moment with the kick to the Lions.
I would love to become an orthopedic surgeon one day. I was looking mostly into universities, but quickly realized that I could come to EMCC and acquire the same level of education for a fraction of the price. Once EMCC offered me a scholarship for softball, I knew I was in the right place. I love being a student ambassador and a member of the Student Government Association. Everyone at the Scuba campus goes above and beyond to help students without ever thinking twice about it.
And we're back here at Sullivan Wyndham Field Homecoming 2024. This is the earliest homecoming for EMCC. A lot of times it's in October. Next week it's a bye week. It's called a break week for everyone around MAC play. EMCC, for the first time in a long time, out of the standings. First time since they opted out of the 2020 seasons that the rankings. They've won back-to-back state championships, played for the national championship a season ago. They've kind of spit and sputtered starting this season. York is going to hit the X button at the 25, and it doesn't work. But they'll give him the 24. Well, now they step up to the 25. That's the right spot. The EMCC will have it just like they had let it go in for a touchback.
What had the makings of a nice return right there. And it's like you said, when he hit that X button, there was one more Tiger right there. And if he could have gotten around that one, it was going to be the second return for a touchdown in as many plays. But
sometimes
got to hit that X button twice sometimes.
Yep. Well, it's a little easier on a control button than it is with your body out there. I don't know. I think Jalen York can do it. He's got a lot of nimble athleticism. Ty Keys goes to work trying to get those points back before halftime. 9:18 to go. Keys, great protection again. He has had all day to throw. His offensive line is going to deserve a steak dinner, but he has to throw it away as nobody was open. His secondary did a good job, John.
He almost made that one in the garbage can on the sideline down there. I kind of thought that's what he was going for. Hit the rim and bounced off.
Boy, I tell you what, Ty Keys has taken some lumps and criticism for some of his play to start the season, but this is a guy that has it in him.
Oh, yeah.
He has great athletic ability, and he is so fun to watch. When he gets outside and can set up, and toss it downfield. He's just dynamic. Beautiful throw over the middle, and it's caught by Blackman. Jukes a man at the 47, and he stays between the hash and the numbers as he's in Tiger territory, and they corral him at the 30. What a dart, Billy Begley.
Great pass, great route. Like I said, wide open over the middle, just uses athleticism to get extra yards. Great job.
He did that right on cue just for
He
you,
did,
too.
yeah.
You were talking about time, and bam.
I said, you know what, Jason, I'll make you sound good.
That's it. Listen, I called 2 games of his in high school, and you could see at an early age when he was in 10th grade, the ability and the knowledge of the position was there early on for Ty.
Ball around the 30, and off tackle right side. EMCC is going to dive inside the 25-yard line. Big run for Jalen Jennings.
Well, the old pulling guard right there got a nice block in. A little pancake action.
Guards love to pull and lay the lumber, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Ball on the near hash this time, and going off right tackle is Jennings. Just can't get separation there, and he's going to be pulled down to 23 for a gain of 1. And that's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 2. Ball on the 22 of COAHOMA. Trips, bunch tight to the formation near side. A handoff on the right side of Jennings. He's going to be tripped up at the 20. He's going to be so close to a first down, but he's going to be inches short, Billy, and this is obviously 4-down territory for EMCC.
Yeah, I'd go for it.
Absolutely. The way this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, you got to go for it.
Ty Key's coming off the field right now, probably going Wildcat formation.
They are. They're going to go with Jennings and the Wildcat. This is really hard to defend in a short yardage situation. Ball right hash, stacking that box is COAHOMA. They know what's coming. Can't stop it inside the 24, first down as Jalen Jennings as he gets down to the 18-yard line. Why is COAHOMA celebrating?
I think they were trying to pull the old Jedi mind trick on the officials right there.
What are they doing? That's clearly a first down. They're coming out of there like they got a 4th down stop.
Yeah, they forgot about the old forward progress right there.
First down Lions. Jennings gets the carry, goes off left tackle. Oh, that's a big play made by the big man coming from his defensive line spot. I love to see big man be able to move like that. I think that's 96.
96.
Thank you. He's got his jersey rolled up.
That's a big boy right there.
Yeah, Kenlon Lyons out of North Panola High School, 6'4". He's a freshman. Boy, he wrapped up and he did not let go. Great protection. Keys holding onto the ball a little too long, but this time he takes it to the outside, and he's going to be able to leap a man at the 10, and he's going to get positive yards. That's just what he can do with his legs. But when the flag flies.
We have a flag on 12. I believe this one may be going back.
Michael Johnson Jr. is 12. Could be holding.
Be holding on 12 on East Mississippi.
We'll await the call from Scott Mayo.
Oh, 96, boy, he's having a hard time getting the old oxygen right now, but he's had himself a little bit of a series right here.
Who's the big guy from Florida that's nimble? And I don't know if he's got his nimble ability, but 96 is a big old guy. Let me tell you, that is a giant of a man, and I would not want to face him if I was on that right side of the offensive line. He made a great play a second ago.
He can move. He can move down here now.
You know, that's the scary thing about a lot of defensive linemen. Sometimes they don't necessarily pass the eye test with athletic ability, but then they're as athletic as a wide receiver or a running back, and that's what's so scary. Michael Johnson Jr. Lee Wade out of the backfield in motion. They throw it over the middle of the crossing route to Blackman. He's going to catch it, and he's going to get down to the 10, which is where Ty Keys was just a moment ago.
And I've caught myself watching him a few plays, and he's been double, even triple teamed a couple of these last 3 plays right here, to still able to kind of get the pile moved a little bit. It's been impressive to watch, especially at that size.
3rd down and 3. They're going to bring in a new quarterback here. That's McCarty once again. Cole McCarty takes the shotgun snap. He'll leave it with the inside handoff with Jennings, who is going to be stuffed at the 10. The line of scrimmage was the 11. So that's going to bring up now a 4th down and 2 situation as he gains a yard down to the 10.
stacked up by
Boy, if you're EMCC, this is a red zone opportunity here. You don't want to try the field goal, so you're going to go for it here. You got to get into the end zone. So on fourth down, EMCC is 2 for 2, trying to go 3 for 3. Well, I tell you what, Coleman was close to jumping off sides there. And they may be trying to draw them off as they have 10 to snap it. Either timeout, and I think generally in this case, Billy, you're going to kick the field goal, right?
Probably, but
you know,
with the size that East Mississippi has up front, outside of 96 for COAHOMA, I believe they would be able to, with 2 yards, to be able to get that 2 yards, and punch this thing in the end zone.
Something tells me Buddy's got a play in his back pocket he's dying to use right here, too. Red zone, 4th and 2. There's got to be something he's just itching to do right here.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you were down there and he's walking out of the huddle, you're going to ask him what it is? If you were down there, would you ask him?
Billy's got the mic, so I'm going to defer to him.
Billy, go get in the huddle, see what they're doing.
Or give my suggestion.
Let's just say I guarantee you the thoughts crossed his mind.
I'm sure. We'll see what they're going to come out with.
Well, what would the offense still out there?
Right, bringing the offense out. Because a lot of times, usually when they call timeout, it's like, okay, we thought about it, or they think about it a little more, but they usually bring the field goal unit out. But I think in this case, they want to go with the right play and make sure everybody's on the same page. And they're going to go trips bunched up close to the formation inside the hash, looking on fourth down. Keys is a little hesitant, trying to get to the outside, now cuts downfield. He's going to have the first down, and he's hit hard inside the 5. Billy, we can hear you saying, run it, run it. We're like, oh, goodness. But he can get strung out and make something out of nothing in a heartbeat.
He can. He needs to, a couple plays before, Coach Wilkerson was on the sideline, and he dropped back, and he was hollering, run it, run it, run it. That's what Ty Keys needs to do a little bit more of, because he's not easy to take down as well.
Well, you saw the maturity right there, too, because he rolled, never could quite get that lane he wanted, and he was patient enough to wait for it, saw it, and took it when it was there.
Cole McCarty back out there, quarterback. This will be his third snap of the game. Pistol formation as Jennings stands behind him. On the shotgun snap, they run into each other, but he leaves it with Jennings, and he goes behind the left guard over the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown, EMCC from 4 yards out. Correction, 3 yards out. It makes a difference, right? I mean, you get a yard.
I was watching the left side of that offensive line right there. Which is an excellent job of old school blocking right there, hat on hat. And they just able to shove them into the end zone. And Jennings just tucked in behind him and snuck on in there.
That's just power football right there.
Yes, sir.
At its finest. Snap back good, hold is good, and the kick is good. And the Lions are up 34-14 with 4:26 to go here in the second quarter. Back in 30 seconds, you are watching Lions football on EMCC Live.
The opportunity to jumpstart your education with our affordable tuition and financial aid options. The opportunity to explore many career paths with our industry-leading workforce training and academic programs. The opportunity to become a national champion on and off the field. Turn opportunity into reality. Register today at East Mississippi Community College. Opportunity happens here.
See with a 3-yard touchdown run. Jalen Jennings, they extend the lead to 34-14 after the PAT short kick. On the right side taken at the 20-yard line, going around the right side and being spun down around the 25-yard line. That is going to be Brandon Johnson, a receiver from Lee High School. Billy, we got a little scuffle, but nothing really coming out of it. As the officials blow the whistle, they get in there and straighten things up. You don't want a dead ball penalty here.
Yeah, probably a little discussion out there between the players about where to eat after the ball game, amongst other things. And probably somebody's mama's name came up and a few other things. And
gotta love good old-fashioned trash talk,
oh,
right?
Yeah. Never ends.
And you didn't do that when you played ball, right?
Man, I was getting hit so hard I couldn't open my mouth.
Billy, that wasn't you, right? You didn't trash talk when you played at Mississippi State, did you? Okay.
Not at all. I don't trash talk now. What are you talking about?
I don't think you're telling me the truth, Billy, but spot of the football at the 25, middle of the field. A handoff coming around the near side, getting up to the 29-yard line.
It's number 3, Emmanuel Griffin.
That's Griffin, who has a touchdown run. I mentioned it earlier, a 53-yarder to get on the board.
By number 26, Martavis Blackman.
4 minutes to go
4 yards
here in this first half.
Brings up second down.
Lions off next week, as well as the rest of the MAC. Then go on the road to Booneville as they pick up North Division play again once they come back from the break. Strother swings it out of the backfield to Griffin around the right side, gets outside the numbers, tries to follow his blockers as he gets up to the 33-yard line. That's a good play on second down and medium. So it's going to bring up now a third down, and well, they're going to give him the first down. Thought it was going to be a third and short, so they gave him the 35.
Look like a friendly spot there.
It does look like a friendly spot, so I'm not crazy. I was like, wait a minute, I thought he got out at the 33, but I guess he stretched the ball out, and we had a little wall of black jerseys that we couldn't see. So
I guess so.
Welcome Billy into the booth. Going down on the field, John King, because we want to get Buddy Stevens' thoughts here at the half. You've got some PA duties or something going on?
Got to announce the homecoming court.
There we go, Billy.
That's what we're all here for, right?
That's right. This is going to be your shining moment, right? That's it. Swinging it out of the backfield, and a penalty flag flies in the process, and the MCC is going to stop him short of the line of scrimmage. We'll see what this penalty is going to be.
Strother's pass is complete to number 3.
I think that's going to be a hold.
Hold, yeah.
Brought down by number 6, Tony Mitchell.
So 2:41 clock stop. Tony Mitchell's going to bring him down. Tony Mitchell at Alabama was really good for the Crimson Tide defensively.
He's been really good for us.
Now Mississippi State.
Yeah. And he's going to hopefully be really good for the Bulldogs.
All right, here's an opportunity now that we've got Billy on the mic with us today that you can get ready for basketball season, because it's just around the corner. Your Lions men's and women's basketball teams will be hitting the hardwood. Don't miss exciting Lions hoops action this season. Secure your season tickets today by calling 662-4765-1000. Billy, what's your team looking like so far?
Young. We got a whole new team from last year, but I like the group. We're competitive. They're fun to coach. So it says something when you enjoy going and coaching them every day. So they're not perfect, but they're going to compete and
play hard.
That's half the battle.
All right, here we go on first down and 15 after the 5-yard penalty on COAHOMA. Snap from the 30, rolling right, still rolling right is Strother, and he just holds on it too long and then tries to skim the ball, and it's going to be incomplete.
Who's he throwing it to?
I don't know. He's outside the tackle box, but isn't it supposed to get past the line of scrimmage? Okay, it's
I thought somebody else had to be in the area, too. There wasn't anybody there. Buddy's not raising a stink about it, so I don't know why.
If that wasn't, hey, you know what? I'm about to get tackled here, and this is going to be a huge loss. Let me just, I mean, he didn't even try, like, okay, I'm going to throw it at the feet. He just kind of said, you know what, here you go. It's like he was throwing it to the turf.
It wasn't even a throw, it was a toss.
Kind of like playing rugby or something. Whoever has the ball, you're going to get tackled. I don't want it.
Right.
Don't tackle me. Struthers, they've shown some physical and mental toughness in this game. His team's down 34-14, but a competitor. It's going to bring up now second down and 15. And now I'm not sure what they were doing. Everybody was over on the other side. Now they're walking back to the line of scrimmage. I guess
it was an incomplete pass. It was an incomplete pass.
That's what the official called. But for a second there, I thought everybody was coming to the near sideline. The MCC showed blitz, and they kind of got caught up, and they faked the give, throw it over the other side, and it's going to be taken up to the 40. And that was that's caught by
number
19 is Keith Richburg Jr., the tight end, 6'2", sophomore at Clarksville Academy, touches the football for the first time today. Jeremy Cook's going to make the tackle. 2 minutes to go before halftime. Third down and 4. Boy, I tell you what, it's just like COAHOMA's really slowed this game down, understandably. You don't want to be high octane up tempo when you're down 34-14 unless that's just what your offense calls for, and it's not what their offense is in general. All right, so you're getting ready to go into the half, and What are some of the positives from EMCC you've seen so far, and what are some of the negatives that they're going to want to work on and adjust to at halftime?
Well, I feel like they've dominated everything but special teams. You know, they've had one kick return for a touchdown, had another one that put them inside the 30. Outside of that, the defense has done their part. They've really dominated. I feel like the offense is getting in a rhythm. It'd be nice to see, like Ty Keys, he's had some opportunities to make some plays with his legs. But I feel like the offense is in a really good rhythm right now. And so I think those are the things that you take. You can obviously, I think you want to keep being aggressive because you want to build momentum. You don't play next week. And so you really want to build momentum going into the rest of the season. And so you really want to build confidence. And this game's far from over, but you want to build some confidence, playing aggressive, playing your style of ball, both offensively and defensively, to give you something to build on, because now you've got 2 weeks to prepare for your next opponent.
Well said. 3rd down and 4 to go for COAHOMA. Well, this is a very important 3rd down for them to convert if they want to keep this score where it's at. And obviously, the goal is in 2 minutes get down the field and score. It's not just play keep away from EMCC, so it's a very important conversion. Fake the give, and Strother is going to be flushed out of the pocket and coming out of nowhere and knocking him on his feet for the sack, where EMCC is going to be Martavius Blackman, the linebacker out of Oxford, Mississippi. Strother is going to be hit hard. Boy, he looked like he was shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, this is going to be it's going to be a big possession, right here for EMCC. The punter hasn't, it's not like he's booted the ball, really great. So EMCC has an opportunity to get the ball in good field position, and shown that we can strike pretty quick. So it's going to be another opportunity to put some more points on the board before they go into the half.
Spot of the football is on the 34-yard line. But Gonzalez has been busy punting the football today. As a low snap goes, he gets it. Boy, that could have been dangerous because EMCC has gotten close a time or two. It's going to be fielded by York, the 35, reverses his field, comes to the near side, gets out across the 35, and then it's going to step out of bounds at the 38. So EMCC with pretty good starting field position. They got 102, and they can get down the field in a hurry.
Yeah.
We've seen EMCC. They can go in kind of a slow down, clock-chewing type offense, but they can also kind of do that Jeff Levy up-tempo offense. Now, we haven't seen it work out well at Mississippi State, but that's Jeff Levy's offense.
He'll get there. The thing, East Mississippi, they have the matchups on the outside to play to play deep because our wide receivers are bigger than, like I said, that one that we threw deep, it was open. It would have been open. It was just a miscommunication. So we have the matchups on the outside to make an explosive play right here.
They're going to go trip short side of the field here, near side, with 1:02 to go. Shotgun snap, throwing it over the middle. Breakaway, got it on the run. Blackman, 5, touchdown, Lions. That is a 62-yard pitch and catch.
Big play. It's just Ty Keys has been struggling with confidence, I think, as of late.
100%.
And this right here is building confidence. I mean, he was the player of the year last year, And so there's a lot of talent on this football team. It's just they've got it. It's kind of like they've been kind of kicking their own selves in the foot right here, shooting themselves. And so now they're building the momentum. Ty Keys is getting in the rhythm, but they're getting confidence back. And that was a huge play.
53 seconds to go. I said they could get down the field in a hurry, and they go on a 62-yard bomb. And now all of a sudden, this special teams unit, now with kicking the football, is starting to gain some confidence after missing the first 2 PATs. And I think that was kind of a unit miss. And then there was the block that kind of, just the snap back kind of behind the holder. Everything with special teams, especially in the field goal extra point game, has got to be on rhythm.
Yeah, and you look at them. It looks like they're playing. They're having fun right now playing. Yeah. I think they came out early. They were so tight because they lost 2 in a row. Being number 2 preseason, a lot of hype, and you've lost 2 in a row. You're 1-3. Kind of felt like they had the weight on the world on their shoulders. You can see them now, and you can be down there at the field on the sideline. It's like they're having fun again. And I mean, anytime you can get a game like this, it's good. So I hope this is building momentum, and you got to keep it up. You got to keep it up in the second half. I mean, you don't let your foot off the gas.
It's 41-14. And now a pooch kick here on the near side, backing up the up back. He's just going to take it inside the 25 and try to come upfield as he goes around the right side, and then he's going to be hit around the 35-yard line. Thank you, Billy. Billy's got to go get ready for his duties He's calling homecoming. Well, announcing homecoming. There's a difference. You call a football game, John King, but you announce a homecoming. John King's down on the field. Somewhere he'll have Buddy Stevens.
Boy, hey, he's the jack of all trades now. He's great on the sidelines, great in the booth.
And going to be the announcer and coaches basketball.
Versatility, baby, keeps you on the playing field.
I tell you what, and like high school, JUCO level, you have to be versatile, right? There's a lot of jobs, a lot of hats people have to wear.
Oh, without a doubt. And I tell you, he's good at all of them.
He
Talented
really is.
Young man.
You know, with all kidding aside, go around the right side of the sticks. I think there was some confusion in who had the ball, and that's going to be Emmanuel Griffin, who's going to step out of bounds just shy of the first down. Clock is going to stop with 39 seconds to go, John.
Yeah, they ran the fake right there to the fullback and just handed it off, and I think it caught East Mississippi off guard a little bit.
It did. So second down and 1, 39 seconds to go. The clock is not on the side of Strother and this offense for COAHOMA. They're not the quick strike offense that EMCC is. Back to pass, firing it near side. Great defensive play at the 45-yard line, and coming up and knocking that one away, Shannon Blair Jr.
Boy, textbook coverage right there. He waits to the last second, cuts in front of the receiver, bats the ball away, just exactly like you coach him in practice.
So it's third down and 1. Ball on the 44 of COAHOMA for the Tigers. Third down conversions, 1 of 7 for COAHOMA, 14% today. They have 24 total plays to EMCC's 46. Lions with 399 total yards, just 109 for COAHOMA. And EMCC is doubling the average yards per play at 8.7, which is 9, and 4.5 for the Tigers. Little bobble of the snap, going straight up the middle, getting the first down and more, and sliding at the EMCC 47 to Strother. That'll stop the clock momentarily until they get the chain set inside 2 minutes of each quarter, or half, I should say, and end of game. They'll stop the clock. So 2 minutes to go in the first half. They'll stop the clock after first down. Same thing at the end of the fourth quarter. Ball on the right hand, snap from the 47 of the Lions. Struthers has to duck, and I don't think he can get out of it, and he can't, and he's brought down at the 45-yard line.
Well, once again, that pressure. That pressure, and they brought G on the little blitz right there, and it worked perfectly for the Lions. But I tell you what, man, this has been quite a half by this Lion defense.
All right, John, as soon as you have Buddy, go ahead and let us know. I see you down there around the 20-yard line. Buddy Stevens, I don't know where Buddy is. I had him just a second ago.
Buddy's hiding from me. He was eyeballing me a while ago. I think
there he
is.
There he is. You see him? Oh, as long as you lay eyes on him. I think he's trying to hide behind the line. He's trying to be like one of those running backs that's trying to hide behind the line.
Real quick.
Yeah. Come on, let's step away from him.
All right, John, you got him.
Yeah, Coach, 41 points on the board at the half. Your offensive line just doing a phenomenal job of giving Ty plenty of time. And Ty's doing a great job of finding the open receiver. Running backs getting yardage when you're asking them to. You got to be happy with the offense first half.
Yeah, I mean, I say it tongue in cheek. I mean, they're rushing 3. Sometimes they'll bring some pressure, but I mean, you know, we're making mistakes that we don't need to make. I mean, we're jumping, or we're holding, or we're not on defense. We're not playing all of our gaps the way we're supposed to, and I mean, it hurts us, and we're we've got to get over that. We haven't had this so far this year. I need to have a little fun, but it's hard because there's so many things. Kickoff team, I mean, we might as well just go ahead and give them the daggone ball on the 20-yard line going the other way. So, I mean, look, I mean, I'm glad we're up. It's a great.
How am I supposed to do this shit? Hold up, somebody need to come help me because I don't know what to do right here. Yes, he said,
The 2024 Alumnus of the Year, Larry Anderson, and the 2024 Distinguished Service Award recipient, Michael Ted Evans, Gina Cotton, Dr. Alpha Brooks, and Tony Montgomery will walk to the 50-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to midfield as we introduce our 2024 Alumnus of the Year, Larry Anderson, and our 2024 Distinguished Service Award recipient, Michael Ted Evans. Our honorees were celebrated earlier today at a reception at the F.R. Young Student Union, and we are proud to welcome them back to EMCC today for this celebration. Alumni Affairs, Gina Cotton, and the EMCC President, Dr. Scott Alpha Brooks, will now present the Alumnus of the Year Award to Mr. Larry Anderson. Brooks and Dean of Scuba Campus College Advancement Tony Montgomery will now present the Distinguished Service Award to Michael Ted Evans.
When they told y'all who won? Like 2 weeks ago. We did homecoming. We did.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 award recipients, Larry Anderson and Michael Ted Evans.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
It made you mad looking at me.
Yes. Like, I have to literally stream them walking down the field. Like,
Something you should be doing.
something I should be doing. That's something I'm supposed to be doing. Bro, like, what? How? I don't even know how to do this. This is my first time.
I knew how to do it.
It says zoom in by biting link.
Yeah, have fun with it.
And this is my first time even working this camera, so it's yeah, all my shit in my room.
College homecoming court under the direction of Miss Ashley Richardson, Miss Marion Smoot, and Miss Leanne Alexander.
Oh, whatever.
Freshman maid Kate Chapman. Miss Chapman is the daughter of Andy Chapman and Kenny Bullock of Ocean Springs, Mississippi. She is escorted by Andy Chapman. Miss Chapman's college major is cosmetology. At EMCC, Miss Chapman is a member of the SGA. She achieved the Greyhound Greatness of Entrepreneurship and is a 3-year member of the Ocean Springs Cotillion. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to start her own business as a nail technician or as esthetician. Freshman maid Kate Chapman. Freshman maid Zoe Lynn Reed. Miss Reed is the daughter of Todd and Lori Reed of Brandon, Mississippi. She is escorted by Mr. Todd Reed. Her college major is psychology. At EMCC, Miss Reed is a member of the National Honor Society, Broadcasting Club, Women's State, and also serves as an ambassador. After graduating from EMCC, Miss Reed plans to attend Mississippi State University to pursue her bachelor's and doctoral degrees. Next, she plans to open her own private practice for Christian counseling, and she hopes to find a husband along the way. Freshman maid Zoe Lynn Reed. Freshman maid Kaylee Smith.
Go, Kaylee.
Miss Smith is the daughter of Wendy Kelly and Floyd Kelly of West Point, Mississippi. She is escorted by her father, Floyd Kelly. Her college major is nursing. At EMCC, Miss Smith is a member of the SGA. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to attend the Mississippi University for Women to further her education in nursing. Freshman maid Kaylee Smith.
Go, Kaylee.
Freshman maid Raylan Smith.
Go, Raylan. Oh,
Miss Smith is the daughter of Terry Lynn Smith and Robert Davis of Columbus, Mississippi.
Is that my cousin?
She is escorted by Caleb McCarter.
Oh, my goodness.
Her college major is education.
No, the new.
After graduating from EMCC, Miss Smith plans to attend Jackson State University to pursue a bachelor's degree in education. She also plans to become an elementary school teacher and positively impact the life of every student she encounters. Freshman maid Raylan Smith. Freshman maid Reagan Snell.
Go, Reagan. No, does it?
Miss Snell is the daughter of Tanisha Lott and Donald Snell Jr. of Starkville, Mississippi. She is being escorted by her father, Mr. Donald Snell Jr. Her college major is nursing. At EMCC, Miss Snell is a member of the Mighty Lions Band's Color Guard, Voices of Victory Gospel Choir, and serves as an ambassador. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to attend nursing school at Alcorn State University.
Yep, that's what I'm going to.
Freshman maid Reagan Snell.
I told myself if we lost to COAHOMA today, I was going to transfer.
Transfer where?
I don't know.
Freshman maid Destiny Walker.
Transfer to Oklahoma.
Miss Walker is the daughter of Sheila Ghost and Kendrick Walker of Louisville, Mississippi.
Yeah, I actually had my stuff.
She is escorted by her father, Kendrick Walker.
I was gonna let her.
Her college major is nursing.
They better be looking at
At EMCC, Miss Walker is a media ambassador. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to become a registered nurse and serve as a military nurse. She also plans to become a certified barber and a hairstylist. Freshman maid Destiny Walker.
Who else y'all lost to? Who else?
Sophomore maid Anna Borst.
Y'all think go coach? Yeah.
Miss Borst is the daughter of Benny and Kay Borst of Montpelier, Mississippi. She is being escorted by her father, Benny Borst. Her college major is elementary education. At EMCC, Miss Borst is a member of the NSLS, Ambassador President, Phi Theta Kappa Officer, SGA Vice President, Orientation Leader, and Student Reporter. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to transfer to Delta State University to pursue a bachelor's degree in elementary education with a minor in English.
What's your sis? What's your sis?
Sophomore maid Anna
Oh, you
Borst.
from the Delta? I got people down there. Star.
Sophomore maid
Kylie.
Denise Brown.
Go, Kylie.
Miss Brown is the daughter of Denisha Bass and Keith Brown of Ackerman, Mississippi. She is escorted by her brother, Tyler Carter. Her college major is nursing. At EMCC, Miss Brown is on the President's and Dean's list. She is a member of Phi Theta Kappa, SGA, and the Baptist Student Union. She is also a resident assistant and a cheerleader. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to become an LPN and complete an ultrasound technician program. Sophomore maid Kylie Denise Brown.
They told you got a lot of votes for team.
Sophomore maid Jada Ari Harris. Miss Harris is the daughter of Rundez and Kim Harris of Starkville, Mississippi. She is being escorted by her father, Rundez Harris. Her college major is nursing. At EMCC, Miss Harris is an ambassador, a member of Phi Theta Kappa and the SGA. She also is a cheerleader and sings in the Voices of Victory Gospel Choir. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to continue her education and earn a bachelor's degree in nursing. Sophomore maid Jada Ari Harris. Sophomore maid Orly Oswald. Miss Oswald is the daughter of Roy and Nicole Oswald of Starkville, Mississippi. She is being escorted by her father, Roy Oswald. College major is business administration. At EMCC, Miss Oswald is a member of Phi Theta Kappa and the NSLSS. She was voted EMCC's Most Beautiful in 2024. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to attend the Mississippi University for Women, open a photography studio, marry, and live in a small farmhouse with lots of land. Sophomore maid Orly Oswald.
She knows. She knows what she knows.
Okay.
Sophomore maid Haley Catherine Rogers. Miss Rogers is the daughter of Scott and Mary Livingston and Brandon and Julie Rogers of Louisville, Mississippi. She is escorted by her father, Brandon Rogers. Her college major is pediatric nursing. At EMCC, Miss Rogers has been named to the President's and Dean's list. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to attend the Mississippi University for Women. Sophomore maid Haley Catherine Rogers.
Why you ain't supposed to be? Today is National Sun Day, and I don't see.
Sophomore maid Morgan Trice. Miss Trice is the daughter of Buddy and Julie Trice of Starkville, Mississippi. She is escorted by her uncle, Thomas Moody. Her college major is political science. At EMCC, Ms. Price is SGA president, member of Radio Broadcasting Club, president of EMCC Model UN chapter, and is also a member of Starkville Strong. After graduating from EMCC, she will continue her education in political science, followed by law school. Sophomore maid Morgan Trice. Sophomore maid Lydia Janae Williams. Miss Williams is the daughter of Jason Williams and Lita Porter of Columbus, Mississippi. She is escorted by her grandfather, Paul Porter. Hopefully I can be still. Her college major is nursing. At EMCC, Miss Williams is a member of the SGA, serves as athletic media ambassador, and was named to the Dean's List. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to attend Lawson State's registered nursing program and become a neonatal intensive care nurse. Sophomore maid Lydia Williams. Sophomore maid Christian Neve Weatherby. Miss Weatherby is the daughter of Mary Weatherby and Christopher Swain of Columbus, Mississippi. She is being escorted by her brother, Braxton Butler. Her college major is nursing. At EMCC, Miss Weatherby has been named to the President's List, is a cheerleader, ambassador, member of Phi Theta Kappa, SGA, and Voices of Victory Gospel Choir. After graduating from EMCC, she plans to become a pediatric travel nurse. Sophomore maid Christian Neve Weatherby. And now, the moment we've all been anticipating, the announcement of this year's homecoming queens. Crowning this year's queen is Dr. Scott Offerbrooks, president of EMCC.
I just wanted to do the maid. But you still had to run a homecoming queen. To be a maid? No, like...
The 2024 Golden Triangle Queen is Miss Anna Force.
How they did that for like top people, like top boats.
Yep.
Last time I ran for was senior year of high school.
Last time I had ran for something before that was, I don't even know.
I actually won, surprisingly.
I don't care.
For, where was it? Mississippi. I don't know if that's what it was.
I don't know what I'm doing.
I won't take him now.
So what I'm gonna do? Go girl. Oh wait. Oh, she won't count. She went in.
In the 2024 Scuba Homecoming Queen, Miss Jada Harris.
What?
Look how her dad was. He just said that small bitch. Okay. Where you got some?
Yeah. They said to
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 East Mississippi Community College Homecoming Queens in the court.
They do homecoming, sophomore maid, freshman. They do favorite freshman and favorite sophomore.
Yards. So EMCC with 2 sacks for 15 yards, 1 interception for COAHOMA. And that's a look at some of the important first half statistics. Jason Crowder here with you along with John King, Billy Begley on the sidelines. It's Homecoming versus COAHOMA. I told you I shouldn't eat that cookie at halftime.
That sugar rush is getting to you.
It is. So the Lions are going to kick things off here at Sullivan Wyndham Field for the second half. Is coming up and putting his foot into it as Spunyard and backing up his return man inside the 5, taking it at the 2, coming up the far hash, now trying to reverse his field, comes to the near side, has a lane, and across the 20 as he gets outside, the numbers pushed out of bounds, and a flag comes in, and I think that's going to be a late hit out of bounds, John.
Yeah, but I'm not so sure, Jason, that he wasn't blocked into him right there, but either way, wrong place, wrong time. I'm like you, I think that's going to be a late hit regardless.
Flags are down on the field.
All right, so we told you about the Ole Miss loss 20-17 to Kentucky, first defeat of the season for the Rebels. Well, Mississippi State down 7-0 with 2:15 to go in the first quarter in Austin. They have ball possession. Offensively, they haven't been able to do much, but surprisingly, defensively, they've stepped up, made some plays. They got a fumble recovery just a few minutes ago.
Without a doubt. You're going to have to make things happen. Young ball club, Van Buren, his first start, the defense has got to step up and make some things happen. If you had told me that ball game would be 7-0 after one quarter, I'd have probably laughed.
We're not trying to be sarcastic. It just is what it is.
Well, it's been a tough season.
They've
to be
had a
Bulldog.
tough go. Yeah, they've had a tough go.
It is. Well, Murphy's Law has been in effect in Starkville for sure. For
It's
about
just
3 years now.
Yeah. But things have been really flying high in Oxford, even with the loss. I mean, this is not the end of the world for this Ole Miss football team this year.
Not at all.
Boy, running away from that inside pressure and getting flipped out across the 30-yard line is the ball carrier, and that's going to be Griffith again as he goes around the right side, and he's going to get positive yards on first down. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 1 as he's tripped up at the 30-yard line.
Well, Jason, in the days of old, that loss today would have been the end of the world. But not in today's
not in a
game.
12-team
You got a
playoff.
12-team playoff. You can lose that one, win out, and still be in great shape.
And it's a tunnel screen on the right side completed. Run for a first down as COAHOMA will move the chains.
Might could even lose another one as long as it's to a highly ranked team and still get in.
By the way, that was Nick Taylor.
Tackled by number 11, G. Evans.
So G. Evans, boy, he had a sack there in the first half that was huge, and he gets a tackle there. Even though the first down was registered, they stop him at the 35, their own 35. Lions with a 4-man front. Strother in the shotgun will take that snap. Tunnel screen again, right side. They like something they see over there, Billy Begley, as they complete it, and they're close to another first down.
Yeah, they've come out striking. He's getting rid of the ball. They're running a lot of little short routes. So
made some in-game adjustments.
They can't relax right here. East Mississippi can't relax. They keep their foot on the gas. It's just building momentum for the weeks coming.
2nd down and 1, another 2nd down and 1. Thank you, Billy. Nice snap pulled down. It's a handoff. They're going to have enough for the first down. Ball's on the net, and the MCC has
got
it. Boy, that's what the doctor ordered. The Lions had to come up with that football, and now all of a sudden they have a short field. It's 41-14. And the Lions want to pile it on. They need to get some confidence here. And some would say, well, you win the football game. What does it matter about how much you win? They could come out here, play clean in the second half, and tack on a couple of more touchdowns, and defensively shut them out.
Well, you coach people, too, to play to the whistle, and that right there was nothing more than somebody constantly trying to strip that ball out of there. And as the back was going down, I saw that hand come in there, strip that ball out, and guess what? You got yourself a turnover and great field position here inside COAHOMA territory.
Well, Keevy Thompson, the defensive coordinator, will be very pleased with that strip ball turnover. Keys with the snap, hands it off to Jennings, goes off left tackle, is going to get inside the 40 as he runs between the hash and the numbers, as he's going to have a first down scamper, good for 10 yards. And I tell you, EMCC now with some chuck plays.
Well, Jennings looks so good, basically bouncing off his blocks out there, especially on that power off tackle right there.
Spotted the football, the 37, screen pass here on the near side, and it's out to Blackman as he gets outside the numbers, inside the 30 down to the 27-yard line.
Well, Kaveri Weatherspoon right there, textbook tackle right there in space. Boy, I thought he was going to get by him, but he just pushed it toward the sideline and able to make the tackle. Impressive.
Snap from the 28, another handoff, and coming behind right tackle and diving inside the 25 down to the 24. That's a nice gain for Jennings on first down.
That's number 5, Jalen Jennings, the ball carrier.
It's so important to get plus yards on first down. I mentioned it in the first half. I'll mention it again now for rhythm of an offense. Second and 6 after the gain of 4. Keys, nice dart on the post play, and it's post pattern, I should say, and it's down to the 11-yard line. A skinny post there.
Yeah, good route right there. He dug that foot in, cut it back inside. Keys threw it right at the right moment.
1-on-1 to the outside out here.
It's a handoff going off the right side, and off tackle play again inside the 10, and that's going to bring up now third down or second down situation. Second down and 8. They could get a first down inside the 1-yard line.
Gain of 2 yards, second down.
Snap by Keys, throws it towards the goal line, caught in the end, and Lions in that south end zone, and that's going to be Johnson, Michael Johnson Jr.
Touchdown, Lions.
That's the way to catch a ball in traffic right there. You know, you cut across right there, you confined in space. He just got his body turned the right way for, hit, basically became a ball shield, and it just sunk right in there. Good throw by Keys, good catch as well.
He threw a dart to the front of the end zone. And now we have an injured COAHOMA Tiger. It's hard for us to see. All we see is the offensive line on special teams for the EMCC Lions. There's an injured Tiger across the way, Billy, at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like a cramp. Play with the calf.
Now I'm going to say, like Glenn Beard would say, late September on a cool day.
Hey,
still cramping. I would be if I was out there playing. That's for
well, as I said, it goes back to that pace in the first half, that tempo.
So with 11:07 to go in the third, EMCC has stretched their lead to 47-14, trying to make it 48-14. It's sizing it up. It's EMCC's Jackson Bunyard. Or Hope, I beg your pardon. Hope puts his foot into it. It's end over end, and it is going to split the uprights. And EMCC leads at 48-14 with 11:07 to go here in the third quarter. We'll be back in just a moment. You're watching EMCC football on EMCC Live.
Another great Saturday of college football.
You're always pushing yourself. There's no time to rest. You keep moving forward. The only thing better than your last accomplishment is your next.
What's next?
What's next? What's next?
So, Allie, what's next?
I guess we'll see.
Find a bank that's as excited about your future as you are. A bank that asks,
what's next?
Renaissance Bank. Understanding you.
And it's a sky kick that's going to be fielded at the 31, and no advancement there. And falling on it is B.J. Morrow, 5'8" sophomore running back from Richland High School. So nicely executed by EMCC's Jackson Bunyard. Bunyard's the punter and kickoff specialist for EMCC, and the place kicker is Hayden Hope. Hayden Hope is a 5'11" freshman out of Germantown, and Jackson Bunyard out of Newton County Academy, 6'3", 175-pound freshman. In the shotgun with trips wide side of the field to the right. Struthers going to give the inside handoff off, and all of a sudden, here in the second half, there's been some running lanes where these running backs and carrying the football is Penn. And that's going to bring up a second down, and I'll call it medium, even though it's a 2nd and 4 after the gain of 6. They throw it here on the near side. It is complete at the 43-yard line, and that's going to be good for a first down. And all of a sudden, guys, this COAHOMA offense has gotten in rhythm, except for the fumble just a bit ago. They've been really successful.
Won't show up on the stat sheet, but that's probably the best throw Strother has made all day long. It was a great throw over here to the sideline to pick up the first.
Handoff again to Penn. He's going to break a tackle, break another tackle, gets out across the 45 up to the 47 and closer to the 48. Well, they say he does go down at the 47.
Which another good job of finding the seam right there by 22.
Sometimes when you have a lot of momentum in the first half, you start to kind of put your foot on the throat of the opponent, and you go into the half, you have a 20-minute break, you come out, and you're up big, and even though you just scored again to extend that lead, it's kind of easy to kind of sleepwalk a little bit, and it's kind of hard to get fired back up, but we'll see MCC do that here pretty soon after a gain of 4. It's 2nd down and 6. I think this defense will. There they go. They're chasing Strother, and just like I said, he'll throw it out of bounds on the right side. Strother's going to be helped up by a teammate, but he got hit hard from behind.
It's real easy to let yourself set the cruise control with a big lead like this, but you back that up right there with a full-on blitz out of your front 5 right there. They all get penetration. Strother's going to see those black jerseys in his sleeve tonight, I promise you.
All right, so it's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 6 here in the third quarter. Now, you were talking earlier about spring allergies, and just sometimes in the fall, I'll get that from about here to November, and man, let me tell you, it is rough. If I could just lay my head on this desk and sleep it off.
Is your friend.
I take it every morning.
Every morning.
Astelin every night, and then 3 other allergy pills throughout the day.
Man, you
I've got it rough, buddy.
Hardcore.
I've got it rough. Timeout, COAHOMA, and our apologies for me talking about my allergy issues, but 9:21 to go in the third quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Back in a moment. Well, nope, hold on. We're going to keep it here. As the official blows anytime the official blows the whistle, you're going to keep it right here. I'm just glad it's not affecting my voice today, but you get those nasal passages just restricting, and man, you just feel bad.
There's nothing going to take down your golden voice now. You know that.
Oh, it can. Absolutely, it can. I don't know about golden voice, but
hey, listen, and there's nothing worse when you're getting ready for a ball game, and you could just tell those sinuses are starting to clog up. Yeah. And you're thinking, man, how am I going to do this for 3 hours?
And you're good from spring all the way to kickoff at the end of August.
Oh yeah.
Fall allergies are a real deal. There's people watching now that know exactly what we're talking about. 9:19 to go here in this quarter.
Flow days.
You can tell it's 48-14. Yeah, we're promoting flow days. Oh, man, that was almost a disaster there as the running back and quarterback kind of run into each other, and the pass over on the right side is going to be incomplete. As he was looking for 19, that's going to be Keith Richburg Jr., the tight end out of Clarksville Academy, and that's going to bring up 4th down. So having to punt it away is going to be COAHOMA. By the way, visit the East Mississippi Community College bookstore to get your official EMCC gear. The bookstore is open Monday through Friday on either campus of EMCC, and you can shop online anytime at emccbookstore.com. The bookstore will remain open until kickoff on game days, and you can also visit their tent set up near the entrance gate until the third quarter. And you can also follow on Facebook and Instagram. Blocked!
Finally got one.
EMCC with a block, and it's going to roll like a dead duck at the 11. Picked up by EMCC and waltzing into the end zone for the touchdown is Travius Edwards.
It's a flag.
Oh. Well, that, if it stands, will be the second block punt that led to a touchdown this season. They got one against Hines.
You know what's crazy right there? They actually brought in the backup punter, Raymond Morales, right there out of Silver Bay Academy. Points, if you can tell me the last Silver Bay Academy alumni you knew playing college football. Think Ole Miss. Cody Pruitt. Ole Miss was a Silver Bay guy. Academy. But anyway, they brought in the backup punter right there, and you could see that one developing, and it was just absolutely smoked and blocked right there. I didn't catch what the penalty was, but boy, just an excellent executional special teams right there by the Lions. I mean, they had great penetration and just did not give Morales any time to get that punt away.
So, Billy, what do you think this possibly could be at this moment?
I think this is going to stand. I think it's big 95 for us. I think him and one of the COAHOMA guys had a little scuffle, and I think it's going to be a personal foul. Just don't know on which one.
Okay. Well, Scott Mayo is tapping his mic to make sure it's on. So you got a dead ball personal foul on EMCC.
It's going to be on 95.
And a dead ball personal foul on COAHOMA. So you said 95, that's Mason Clinton, a 6'5", 280-pounder out of Hattiesburg, played at Louisiana prior to bouncing back to EMCC. So with 8:26 on the clock in the third quarter, the ball's going to be at the 1 yard line. So they're going to place the ball at the 1 yard line. So they did not get into the end zone. Did on Travius Edwards. And so EMCC will have it at the 1. And EMCC is a touchdown away from a running clock, John.
Well, it looks like we're checking a new quarterback in as well.
And I may have to check that.
Yeah, Ty Keys is done for the day.
Yeah. All right, I'll check that. I don't think my math is correct on that. Because I'm thinking, well,
was it 38?
It's dangerous. It's 38, so yeah.
We're 34 away.
That's correct. So, yeah. And going straight up the middle is Griffin. He's at the goal line, and Billy says he's in, and so does the official. Touchdown. And, yes, this would make it 38. That is, my math was correct. So now there'll be a running clock, 54-14 with 8:17 to go, but that's not necessarily a positive thing for Buddy Stevens when he's wanting to get reps for these kids.
Well, that's the thing about it. You saw Carter Hankins checking in at quarterback right there. You're starting to get some of these kids in that hadn't gotten a lot of reps. If you're a coach, you don't like that running clock because you want these kids that have been practicing their rear ends off that don't get to play a lot. You want them to get in this ball game.
That is correct. Hope back out to attempt it. He's been perfect since missing the first two. The second one was blocked. First one was wide left. Good pass back, good hold. It's end over end, and it is straight down Broadway.
It'd be like Billy. You know, he would really want me to get in and pop a three. You know, but he knows I don't have the talent to get in and play. But if he got ahead long enough, he'd go King.
Right.
Get in there and hit one.
Right. Right. If you get in and you pass it, then you're coming right back out. You get in there, you better shoot it.
Come on, Billy, you're not like that.
No, not at all. No. That wasn't my mindset.
No, not whatsoever. I'm talking about as a coach. You're not going to pull a guy that gives up an open corner three, are you?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all.
Running clock now with 7:30 to go here in the third period of play. EMCC has busted the barn doors wide open. 55-14 is our score. Gavin Griffin with a 1 yard run just a moment ago to give EMCC the greater than 38 difference, and so that's why we've got this running clock. I keep looking at my phone because there's a possibility I'll get a FaceTime call from a very, very important famous person today. And that's no lie. You want to guess who it may be? It's a sky kick over on the right side again. And
call from a famous
Phil at the 25-yard line trying to reverse his field, and he's going to lose yardage inside the 25 and take it down again as B.J. Morrow, the 5'8" running back out of Richland High School. All right, so as they get the offense and defense gathered up, go over some final instructions where they hit the field, I'll give you a guess. Was a very, very important college basketball player in the early 80s. Was one of the greatest NBA players to never win an NBA championship.
Is this Mississippi State related?
No.
Because I was about to throw Jeff Malone.
It's SEC. No, SEC.
Oh, man, you're killing
Charles Barkley.
There you go.
Hey.
There you go. Charles is really good friends with a good friend of mine, and so they promised that they would try to get him to give me a FaceTime today.
Nice.
I didn't even tell him at a ball game.
Fumble.
Ball on the ground.
Well, if you get that call, you just tell me, John, you got this.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I will take one for the team if Chuck's calling.
So
that's the round mound to rebound, man. You got to take that call.
Guys, it's 55-14, so that's why we're talking about the round mound of basketball. But, you know, I've interviewed him on the radio before, and he is fantastic. Just talking with him off the air, and he did try to FaceTime me from my friend's phone one time, but I was in the shower, so I missed it. Yeah. All right, inside handoff, and going straight up the gut and getting out across the 30. The old rugby scrum's going to push him up to about the 34-yard line. Boy, it looked to me like they were falling around the 32, and all of a sudden you look up and they're spotting it at the 34, and it's just from my angle, so that's going to be a first down. Jones with the ball carrier.
Let's go back to Barkley for a second.
Okay, yeah. We got plenty of time talking about Barkley.
Do you think the guys at TNT had any idea the oil that they were about to strike when they put Shaq and Barkley on that panel at one time and just let them rip?
I think yes and no.
That's some of the best entertainment ever.
Yeah.
Oh, it is. And, you know, this is the last year of that show.
I know. It just kills
me.
Well,
it's not. I think they'll stay together in some capacity. Firing it out on the right side and Colton staying up after being hit And now going out of bounds to the right side of the neighborhood of the 38-yard line.
What's crazy is that their show gets better ratings than the games.
Yes. Well, yeah.
I tune in just to watch Inside the NBA. Sometimes I don't even tune in to watch the game.
I told him that.
TV, baby.
I said, Charles, this was on the air and off the air. I said, without a question, the greatest show right now, entertainment-wise, and with value as far as knowledge for the topic of conversation, which is basketball, is Inside the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Firing it over on the right side, caught curling, trying to turn his legs to get that first down. It does, out across the 45 up to the 46. Boy, there's some fight in this COAHOMA football team, and that is going to be completed to Catron. Deshaun Catron has touched the ball and a lot today, and a couple of times on special teams where he's been electric. They have a special teams touchdown because of him.
I saw an interesting interview with Terrence Metcalf, and he basically said, look, I'm taking this job knowing that there's no football history here at COAHOMA.
Right.
He said, that's my job to start some. And he said, you start it.
It's from Clarksdale.
Yeah,
so
you start by playing from gun to gun, and I think you're starting to see that kind of sink in with this ball club here.
Yeah. Screen pass caught, tough yards, and great hit by EMCC, and making the stop there is Javante Mosley.
Something else I'm noticing out there about Coach Metcalf as well. He's looking at his starters saying, look, I'm not pulling any of you, even though we're behind 38 points or whatever they're behind. He's saying, you're my guys. I'm sticking with you. Let's keep playing football. And that, my friends, it'll take 2, 3, 4 years. But if he'll stick with Metcalf, Metcalf will stick with his system. I like what I see out here already.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing one of the best programs, not only in Mississippi but in the country today, and actually doing fairly well against them, considering.
And that tunnel screen is called and going upfield, then downfield, and all of a sudden a penalty flag flies, and we got a little brouhaha going over there across the way, and now the official is going to fall off the EMCC player, that's Devin Clark. That did not look good, Billy, as the official was trying to bring Devin off, and Devin didn't strike him or anything, but he fell off.
Yeah, Devin kind of he didn't take his hands. It didn't look like he put his hands on him. He just spun off of him, and the referee fell down. He needs to be careful right here.
Absolutely.
You don't need any stupid, kind of a penalty or anything right now that will cost you down the road right now.
Well, he did the old get off me, man, shake. I don't think he realized. I think he thought it was a teammate or one of the other players. I don't think he realized the stripes were on his back. When you could see him kind of look back at him, and he was like, uh-oh. And about that time, the COAHOMA guys got around him.
Oh, no. So the officials are going to have to discuss this one. As they do that, let's pause 30 seconds. We'll be back with more on EMCCLive.com from Scoop.
Galloway Chandler McKinney knows how to insure and protect your business. We also know your employees well because we insure their homes, auto, and life. I'm Kyle Chandler IV with independent insurance agency Galloway Chandler McKinney. We're your friends and neighbors who care about your business and the people who make it work.
Still sorting some things out. They'll explain things here in just a moment to Buddy Stevens and also to Terrence Metcalf of COAHOMA. It looks like they are already talking to Terrence across the way. As we welcome you back to Sullivan Wyndham Field.
Hey, and this is a great time to take your time, explain, but more importantly, let things cool down a little bit.
Yeah.
We're starting to flare. You got COAHOMA's frustrated because they're so far behind. East Mississippi's geeked up because, hey, we're finally back to playing East Mississippi football. Tempers are flaring. White Hat sees it. He said, let's take our time, let everybody cool down a little bit. Good job right there by the White Hat.
All right, so there's no penalties that have been assessed here, so that's good. So 3rd down and 5 from the 49 of EMCC. COAHOMA has been much better here in this third quarter offensively. Inside handoff, they have another lane. They've kind of figured some things out. They get another first down inside the 45 down to the 43. By the way, this pullover, you can get it at the EMC. Well, I don't know about now. They were on sale. But even if things are not on sale or an on-sale rack at the EMCC bookstore, it's cheap. You can get EMCC Adidas stuff for extremely cheap. They've got all kinds of really cool-looking gear. So, anyway. All right, now back to football. I wanted to say that earlier, but EMCC blocked the punt.
Well, no, that one you've got on, those are so versatile. You can go short sleeve, you can go undershirt under it in the middle of winter, and they look great. And they hold up forever.
Great protection. Now firing it deep downfield towards the end zone, and it's going to fall short. And they're going to get EMCC with pass interference. As on defense was Jordan McKnight. He was trying to target his wideout, which is Patrick Kent's. No, I'm sorry, Chris Davis, I beg your pardon, the receiver. It should be a crime, the double numbers that Clarksdale has. I'm glad Glenn Beard's not here. He'd be really frustrated.
And I'm not a fan, but I will tell you, as a broadcaster, it makes it doubly difficult.
Ooh.
You know, because you're trying to figure out which one's which, and you glance at that roster, and you don't have much time to do it, and you know, you get names that you can't pronounce, and then you got to find a pronunciation guide. I mean, it's a bit of a shuffle up here.
All right, so it's going to be a pass interference, or was that holding or pass interference? I think a pass interference. There was no hold.
Pass interference. I thought the ball was uncatchable. I thought it was severely underthrown.
That's a really good point, Billy, as it was underthrown, because I said he was going for the end zone. All of a sudden, I looked up and it kind of died at the 2. And it fell behind McKnight and the receiver, which was Davis. Backside pressure, but getting rid of it. Throwing it on the right sideline, and it is intercepted by EMCC, and it's a touchback.
Yep.
Coming up with a big interception for the Lions is going to be DQ Levy. Go have you a Sunday tonight, Mr. DQ at DQ.
Boy, you saw something right there out of Levy. When the pass is coming, I think the receiver realized, oh, Lord, it's going to be a little bit short. Levy didn't give up his ground. He slowed down a little bit, boxed him out. I'm going to use a basketball term right there, but he did. He boxed him out and he just let that ball sail right into his hands right there. Excellent play.
Yep.
So Billy would be pleased with you making that basketball reference?
Man,
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If you can't box out, you're not playing.
No rebounds, no rings, in the famous words of Pat Riley.
And I make football references when I'm calling basketball games. That's the end of the third quarter. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter in moments, 55-14. The Lions are on top here for homecoming 2024 at Sullivan Wyndham Field. This is EMCC Football on EMCCLive.com.
I really enjoyed the thought of experiencing college life, but without all the cost of a 4-year school. The faculty at the Golden Triangle campus has a reputation for being helpful, and that's how I landed at EMCC. I took electrical technology classes my first semester, and now I'm on track to go on to university to get my electrical engineering degree. I have become involved in so many activities, such as Phi Theta Kappa and student government, and everyone at EMCC I've ever asked for assistance has been there for me.
First play of the fourth quarter is an inside handoff. The Lions get a yard out of it. I would say they try to eat some clock, but the clock's already rolling, 14:29. And ticking as we're just underway here in the fourth quarter. It's homecoming 2024. Billy, by the way, excellent job announcing. There was one name you didn't quite pronounce.
Which
correctly, one? But we'll talk. I don't want to put you on. I guess I already have. I'll get to that in a second. Screen pass on the near side, caught, and a first down and more.
Well, I did mess up on the distinguished alumni. I read the script like it was kind of one of those Ron Burgundy moments to where like you walk like, hey, they're walking to the 50-yard line, and I realized it about halfway through, and I just stopped.
Oh, we all do it, buddy. And off to Lee Wade after making a big first down catch. He's going to carry the ball off right tackle. Rugby scrum again, and they're going to push him to a first down up to the 45-yard line.
And only one helmet came rolling out
Now,
there.
we grew up calling Roy Oswalt.
Oswalt. What did I say, Oswalt?
You know what? Now I'm questioning myself. I think he said Oswalt.
Oswalt, yeah.
I could be wrong. Hey, he's been called that in Houston. He was called that on network TV. So, and you know who doesn't care? Roy.
Our boy
he does not care one bit. 13 and 11 and a ticking clock, inside handoff, and plenty of room there and real estate for Lee Wade as he sheds some would-be tacklers, lowers his shoulder, gets outside the numbers of the 40, inside Tiger territory, and there's an old yellow marker at the 44. Billy, what do you think this is?
It's either, I don't know. I don't know if this is a hold or an illegal block in the back.
That's me when I'm on the sideline. I'm like, don't come to me quickly when there's a flag, because 50% of the time I may see it, but then other 50% of the time I have no idea what they're going to call. Because sometimes the calls are head scratchers. Holding against the Lions, so that's going to back EMCC up. I'll tell you what, both offenses have come out here in the second half, and EMCC picked up where they left off, but COAHOMA's really been impressive. Because in the first half, EMCC, defensively and offensively, the front was just dominating the line of scrimmage, especially as you went on into that first half. Shotgun snap, new quarterback. We'll check that here in a moment. Coming around the near side and getting out of bounds around midfield. Wind the clock. Well, it's winding anyway. The official was saying wind it. 11:58 and ticking.
Speaking of, that last touchdown pass in the first half, when I was down on the field and I got to watch them set that pocket up, it was a thing of beauty. I mean, literally, Ty could have sat back here, made a sandwich, drank a glass of lemonade, and still
Carter,
got the touchdown pass off. It was absolutely something.
Okay, I'm sorry. You were talking about Ty. This is Carter Hankins.
I was really talking about the offensive line at the end of the first half on that last touchdown. I mean, they did such a good job of setting that pocket up. They gave Ty a lot of time to throw in that first half. But the offensive line has looked great all day long.
Carter Hankins, at quarterback for the first time today. The freshman out of Thomasville, Mississippi, played at Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College out of Wayne County High School. Slipped in there on us. My apologies to Mr. Hankins for not catching that quicker. It's back to pass, fires it over the middle, caught. And inside the 35, inside the 30. And a big pass catch for Jeremy, that's 29. That's Taj Burkett. My eyes I haven't really used the binoculars today. Daytime's a whole lot better to see numbers, and for some reason thought that was 24. That's our defensive back. That's Cook. So Burkett with a huge pass catch, and then coming around the left side and getting inside the 25 down the 21. And there's an injured COAHOMA Tiger. It's 55-14 with a ticking clock. We're not going to be that sharp, right, John?
Look, hey, I'll tell you something impressive a second ago. Hankins, when he threw that ball, which was a dime thrown to the receiver, he took a lick. I'm talking got smoked after he released the ball. But I'm going to tell you, a 40, 45-yard completion to get you right back up and going because, I mean, he took a shot, got right back up, got in the mix. That's a tough young man right there. I'd still be laid out there.
Well, an update score in Austin, Texas at 7-3. Texas on top of Mississippi State with 6:42 and a ticking clock in the second quarter. Bulldogs face a second down and 8 from their own 42. Wow.
Keep up the good work.
And a penalty flag flies. But anyway, that's in the Texas-Mississippi State game. Let's get back to this game.
Jason, you got a message from down here from Cole saying you better tighten up there.
You know what? He is not wrong. I will accept that. You tell him I'm on it right now.
You tell Cole I'm about to tell a story about his Uncle Steve up here.
Hey, it's Neshoba Central, not Neshoba County, Jason.
Okay, my bad. I made a mistake last night. I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, there's not a Neshoba County. But anyway, that's how it was written on the sheet. So I'll throw that person under the bus who will remain nameless. Second down and 3. Close to the red zone. Oh, and just overthrows it around the 20-yard line. And that's going to bring up now a third down and 3. Boy, let's go back to that throw over the middle of the field to Burkett while ago from Hankins. Man, that was a beautiful pass right over the middle.
Well, it was a good job of recognizing the open receiver right there because he was actually caught up in a lot of traffic, and he wasn't easy to see from up here, and I know it couldn't be at field level, but Hankins rode it, threw a dime right in there, took the shot. That's what winners do.
He's back to pass. Great protection to the end zone. Broken up by COAHOMA. That's a great play by the defensive back. That's Ryan Kirkwood. He was looking for big 88 Lorenzo Arnold, 6'2", 175 out of Atmore, Alabama.
He had him. That's great coverage by number 1. Number 1's been over here talking trash to the sideline, so.
He's targeting you, Billy. I know. It's Ryan Kirkwood, 5'11" sophomore from Oxford High School. He's just upset the Rebels took one on the chin today. 4th down, and Hankins throws it, and it's caught, staying on his feet and getting inside the 5. He targets him this time. That's Arnold, who is going to make the catch on 4th down. EMCC is perfect on 4th down conversions today. They are 4 for 4.
Well, a nice little hook route right there by Arnold. He just catches it right in stride, and once again, it's one of those plays where he plays to the whistle.
Yeah.
Could have been down, but spins out of the tackle, takes off toward the goal line, gets it down to the 3. Nice play by Arnold.
Kirkwood gets the tackle, and he's sitting down on the 2 as he's injured.
Yeah, and let's talk about, I mean, you got to appreciate a kid who's going to talk trash down 55-14.
Right. And then makes a play and then gets burned. So, I mean, like, it's still competing. You're still competing. You got to respect it.
Well, I said I would not pay attention to the Mississippi State game any longer because I've got a job to do here, but hold on, the Bulldogs are in the red zone, down 7-3 with 4:02 to go in the first half. No matter how the score ends up, this is a win for Jeff Levy in this program now because of the positive momentum at number 1 Texas.
Well, you know, they didn't play Quinn Ewers because they wanted to rest him, give him a little bit more rest because they got a bye week next week. It'll be a trap game there for Texas. We ain't got the talent to beat them just yet. But
right, and that, yeah, but hey, first half, you know, some people didn't expect this. So.
They had to make Arch earn a little bit of that money today, too.
Yeah. Man in motion from right side to near side. Hankins with a snap, fires it towards the end zone, and it is
He caught it.
Touchdown Arnold! Just off the E in EMCC in that north end zone. And that's a 3-yard pitch and catch. First touchdown toss for Carter Hankins, the freshman from Thomasville, Mississippi. May want to keep that one.
He caught that with his legs.
Wow.
It went through his hands, and he held on to it with his knees.
Oh, let's watch.
That's when you know everything is going right for you today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was a replay. It's not the replay. That is the field cam. I like the field cam. Hey, where was the field cam, by the way, guys, when John was interviewing Buddy? You'd have seen him blow those bubbles.
I know, man. Hey.
John was telling everybody blowing bubbles.
Look, I was interviewing Buddy today, and he blew one, man, my kids would have been proud of. I'm like, man, this guy's got all kind of talent people don't know about.
So timeout, that will stop the clock. 7:34 to go in this one. It's 61-14. So we'll pause 30 seconds. We'll be back in a moment. You're watching EMCC football on EMCC Live.
Go from college to career in less than a year. Local manufacturers need highly skilled, highly trained technicians to grow their business. At East Mississippi Community College, preparing students for work is what we do. Through our Manufacturing Technology and Engineering Division, we offer high-quality career technical education focused on modern manufacturing. You'll get top-notch instruction, access to state-of-the-art equipment, and the personalized support needed to put you on the fastest path to a high-wage job. Learn more about earning your degree with EMCC, where
And we're back here in Scuba, Mississippi with 7:30. And a ticking clock now because of the 61-14 score. EMCC trying to make it 62-14. Hope the right-footed kicker puts his right foot into it and splits the uprights. It's good. Line drive kick that goes through the uprights, and it's 62-14. Back again in 30 seconds. You're watching EMCC football on EMCC Live.
I would love to become an orthopedic surgeon one day. I was looking mostly into universities, but quickly realized that I could come to EMCC and acquire the same level of education for a fraction of the price. Once EMCC offered me a scholarship for softball, I knew I was in the right place. I love being a student ambassador and a member of the Student Government Association. Everyone at the Scuba campus goes above and beyond to help students without ever thinking twice about it.
Welcome back in the booth. Jason Crowder along with John King here with you, and Billy Begley on the sidelines with 6:23 in the county clock to go in the fourth quarter. EMCC's up 62-14, and they needed something to springboard them coming into homecoming 1-3. And you got to win games, and you also got a scoreboard watch when it comes to playoff hopes. And it's a sky kick diving under it at the 39-yard line. Once again, that's number 29, P.J. Morrow. He's been busy with his up back spot on kick return. All right, so You've got 5:50 to go, and when you're Buddy Stevens and Kay Wilkerson and even Keevy Thompson, you're wanting reps offensively, defensively. You got this ticking clock here. How do you manage it as far as personnel out on the field, like what you want to call, what you want to do when you're against the clock?
I think at this point you're just trying to make sure you're getting everybody a rep at least. You're getting everybody with a uniform in this ball game at this point.
COAHOMA down 62-14, probably not going to be in a hurry on this drive. Nothing they can do to come back and win this one, but they don't want EMCC to continue to score, so they are going to throw it, but they're going to be sacked back at the 36-yard line. Strother goes down, and EMCC comes up with their third sack of the day.
Struthers is taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Coming in there to make a big play for EMCC. A couple of guys, Tavius Millen. Throwing it behind his intended target here on the near side out in the flat. It's going to bring up now quickly a 3rd down and 14.
The quarterback thought the receiver right there was going to run a different route, and it's a shame they weren't on better communication because this whole side of the field, there was no one there had he ran the original route, but he cut it off to go in the middle. Tough break there for COAHOMA.
And Sean Pickering was in on that sack as well just a moment ago. I'll be sure to give him credit. 3rd down and 14. Back to pass. Stepping up, rolling to the near side, and firing it is the quarterback. That's going to be Merriweather, Edwin Merriweather. We had the PA guy just correct it just a moment ago, and then we're all kind of sleepwalking through this second half a little bit up here in the press box, and Merriweather throws it incomplete. Now they're going to have to punt it away with 3:49 and a ticking clock.
They brought the first team punter back in after the block last one, so they gave Morales his shot. He got blocked, so he could going back to the number 1 unit now.
Number 48,
Mississippi State with a short field goal at 7-6 in Austin with 1:56 to go before halftime. Collins will stand inside his 35 rather, and he's going to have to come up to the 36 where he calls for a fair catch and makes it. And that's where EMCC will start with 3:16 to go. Okay, so you got 3:16, the clock's rolling. What do you want to do here offensively?
You know, if it's me calling plays, I'm going to keep the ball on the ground, but I'm going to get a mixture of linemen and backs in that don't see a lot of time. Let them show me what they can do, and that's the big thing right here. I do see that we're sending about half the starting line back out. We're getting a couple of other guys in. It's all about reps at this point, and you know these guys that don't get a lot of game time means a lot to them right here to try to get that gleam in Buddy Stevens' eye at this point.
Yeah.
Give him a reason to put you back in another ball game.
Absolutely. So EMCC on offense here. Hankins back out at quarterback. He's going to hand it off and going straight up the middle. This is ball carrier who's going to get about 2 yards up to the 38-yard line.
That's LaDanya Adams on the carry.
Yeah, we'll see some new guys. LaDanya, you mentioned Adam Meridian, played at Clarkdale High School just south of Meridian.
Hey, Clarkdale's having a pretty good year this year. It's a program that's not had a ton of success historically. The last few years, they've putting a good product out there. You never can tell what's happening in Lauderdale County with football. It's the strangest thing ever.
Now a timeout. That's the 2-minute timeout. We don't call it the 2-minute warning, or as Jay Perry said, I don't care what they call it, it's the 2-minute warning. The NFL calls it that. And so with 62-14, we'll just keep it here. So EMCC has a week to work on things. They do have a ton of film that they can watch from this one. There's things that they have cleaned up as the game has gone on. Special teams did not start off well, cleaned up a little bit. But I thought the offensive defensive fronts have done what they do, and that is dominate and control that line of scrimmage.
Well, and I think when they watch film today, they're going to look at both lines and go, okay, guys, you've executed today about as well as you possibly can. That's the building block you want right there, because football games are won in the trenches, and this is about as good as you can ask an offensive and defensive line to play. Now you get everybody else to come in. You know, I look at Ty Keys if I'm Buddy Stevens and said, okay, buddy, you're dialed in today. Now you got to keep doing this moving forward. And that big word that Billy used earlier, Ty's got confidence today.
Yeah.
I think if he could build on that, it's going to be huge.
You are correct on all accounts. They wind the clock now. EMCC ready to snap it on 2nd down and 8. Adams comes around the near side, has a little running lane, and he's going to dive out across the 45, and he's going to have enough for the first down. He's up to the 46.
Hey, he's not very big, but he is not scared to put that shoulder in there. I'm impressed.
He's got some strong-looking legs down there, but, yeah, I know what you mean. He hasn't got that bulk up top.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of times it's guys like that are some of the tough physical runners.
Hard to tackle, too.
And hard to tackle. If you run with
the center
good
of
pad
gravity's
level,
low. Think Josh Robinson.
Yep.
If you're a State fan, that center of gravity was so low, he's just hard to bring down.
Minute 20 left. Snap to Hankins. Adams inside handoff again. Is going to get across midfield down to the 49. So his knee went down at midfield. So they change it to the 49-yard line again. They were at 49, backed up 50 now. That far side official, so I need to just trust my instinct. But when I do that, I'm wrong. So down to the 49-yard line. That'll make a 2nd down and 5. Hey, I have seen a kid go down at 1-yard line, and they'll spot the ball a yard behind or a yard ahead. And I remember one time calling it out on a broadcast, said they have just been 1 yard off, all night.
Well,
I got a not so nice message on Twitter.
90% of spots are pretty subjective anyway,
yeah.
And it's difficult. We give them a hard time.
It's hard to do. I couldn't, being an official, and taking the
and
give, running right up the middle of Sankins. He'll get down to the 45-yard line, and that's probably going to do it. We're going to keep it here before taking a break. Buddy Stevens is going to go talk to his football team here in just a moment, and we're going to talk with Buddy Stevens as Billy Begley will do that here in just a bit. We'll read stats in the meantime here in a second, but first we're going to get Billy's thoughts before he walks out on the field to wait for Buddy Stevens, who's going to shake Terrence Metcalf's hand. And Billy, EMCC did some things right. They did some things wrong, but they mainly did things right, winning 62-14. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, this is a big win. They needed this one. It's been a rough 4 weeks, not the start that they've wanted, but they needed to come out here and play their kind of football, and I thought they did that today. They got some confidence. Now they've got a week, to kind of get things right, because there's a lot of football left. I mean, you think 1-3, and you think, oh my God, it's over with. And there's a lot of football left. So this is a good confidence builder. They look good. They played well. There was good spirit on the sideline. And so I think this is going to be some momentum for them going forward.
John, your thoughts?
Well, I'm going to play off of something Billy just said. You think 1-3 and you freak out. For those of us who have watched this junior college league in Mississippi long enough, nothing surprises you. No. And that's why you don't lay down with those 3 losses. Man, it's a dogfight all the way through. And in every game, there's no rhyme or reason as to what's happening in JUCO football in Mississippi right now. You get on a streak, you win out from here, crazier things can happen. I'm telling you, and I love the effort today out of East Mississippi. I think they accomplished everything they wanted to today. Consistency on offense, pressure on defense, a lot of points on the scoreboard. The only thing I think would probably not score an A, if you're scoring, would be special teams, because there was a couple big plays given up. But then you turn around and you look and you see block punt.
Buddy's going to talk to Billy, so let's go down in the field to Billy Begley. Billy?
Coach, talk about the first half. You got off to kind of a slow start, and you called a timeout and huddled the team up together. And after that,